Yo, what is up?
One of the big concerns you can tell from just the way the police have been acting here today, with the arrival of the SWAT teams and so on, was to make sure that they could get him in here safely, securely, and they appear to have done that at this point. Caitlin, he is now inside the Metropolitan Detention Center here in Brooklyn, and he begins the process being held in custody until he awaits trial. Of course, we expect that he might be in court for his first appearance or perhaps his arraignment as soon as Monday. Caitlin?
Evan, do we know if he's gotten a mugshot, been fingerprinted? Has that already happened, or is that what will happen now that he's inside this facility?
We're told that some of that happened already at the DEA field office. That's one of the reasons why they brought him when he came in from the Air Force Base. They flew him to that heliport on the west side, which was the closest to the DEA field office, which is on the west side of Manhattan. And from there, they brought him back to the heliport and brought him to another helipad, which is at a park just right near this facility, again, right on the Brooklyn waterfront. I think you saw those extraordinary pictures of the helicopter going by with the view of the Statue of Liberty, something that he would have been able to see as he flew over the New York waterfront. And now at this point, he is inside the detention center in Brooklyn, where
He would be able to see the Statue of Liberty, Democrats. And for my next trick, I'll make Democrats defend Maduro. Wow. 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 And for my next trick, I'll make Democrats defend Maduro. What's cracking, everybody? Salute to everybody out here, man. Democrats for dictatorship, man. Where all the no kings people at, man? What Democrats whining about this guy getting? Democrats whining. They all whining about this guy getting ousted. They don't even care that the people of Venezuela are celebrating. They don't even care. They don't even care that the people in they hate Trump that much. They can care less about the people in Venezuela. They don't give a shit. These liberals don't give a shit what they think. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is pushing some bullshit ass liberal lies, liberal white women whining because of damn dictator. Salute to everybody. Everybody hit that like button. Shout out to S Freak. S Freak is in the building. He says, salute to the nation and our new president. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Everybody in the building, man. Salute to all you guys, man. We got a lot to get to tonight, man.
he will await his trial.
So we don't expect to see him tomorrow.
No, we don't expect that he'll make any public appearances. Again, this is all up to the judge, but we don't expect that the judge will have any hearings at least until Monday. Again, it's all up to the judge, and at this point, we have not yet seen anything on the docket to indicate this. But again, we were waiting to see that.
There ain't no court on Sunday. There's no court on Sunday, you fucking whore.
that is most likely when he will make his first court appearance, his first public appearance, and we'll see him hear for the first time the exact charges that he and his wife are facing.
Yeah, and I still think one huge question is who is going to represent him? And do we know if they would have the same attorney, Evan, or how does that, would they have different attorneys? How does that work?
No. Yeah, no, we have not yet seen that. We haven't seen any information of who might be representing him. We expect.
Get that fucking guy a public defender, man. That guy's a piece of shit, man. That guy's a real piece of shit, man. He held those people hostage for all those years, man. Fuck that guy, man. He held all those good hombres hostage, man. Ruined their country, man. Used it as his personal fiefdom. Fuck that guy, man. What are we really talking about, man? What are we really talking about here, man? Like, keep it a buck, man. What's really going on, man? What are we really talking about? Ugh. Shout out to Gouch from Merlot, man. Great haircut. Thank you. Yeah, I had to get the old black. Had to come back with the had to come back with the just for men, you know what I mean? Had to get the good old just for men in there. The just for men. Had to get my head, hair cut. Military style, my nigga. Yeah. So what we talking about? Yeah, man. He said you was looking like a bushman. Yeah, man, it's hard to get out the house. You know, sometime for an appointment. I try to get my hair cut like once a month, but it's hard, man. I don't mind wolfing, man. I can wolf because I know I can always get my hair cut and go back to looking young again, man. So I kind of look like Mr. T. Shout out to Mr. T, man. I pity the fool. He probably from my tribe, man. I pity the fool. Remember that? We used to say that all the time when we was little kids. I pity the fool. We didn't even know what the fuck that meant. We used to say that shit. We was like real young. We didn't even know what the fuck that meant. I pity the fool. Shout out to Chip Wheatley, man. Watching on Kick, man. Yeah, man. Pity the fool. Yeah, I gotta get my pedicure, man. Gotta get my pedicure, man. Gotta get my feet did, you know what I'm saying? You ain't a real man unless you get your feet done.
That we're going to see that perhaps tomorrow. We're going to get some information about that tomorrow. Obviously, as Ellie was pointing out, Nicolas Maduro, at least according to the U.S. government, has a lot of resources at his disposal. The U.S., of course, has put a lot of sanctions on those resources. But part of the process here in the United States is that the U.S. government is not allowed to essentially make you not able to afford a defense. And so that's one of the things that we expect to see argued in the coming days is how does he get to pay for a lawyer, for a legal defense for him and his wife. That's again, obviously something that's going to unfold in the next few days.
Evan, is it safe to say he's now officially a prisoner of the U.S. government now that he's inside that facility?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think he became a prisoner of the United States when the FBI agents who were part of that special operations force that went in to Caracas.
She said, "Is he officially a prisoner?" Yeah, it was a $50 million bounty on his head, and they caught him. He's a prisoner. You fucking idiot whore. I hate this bitch.
That's the moment that he was placed under arrest. That process, of course, then they brought him to the Iwo Jima and then to Guantanamo, where they transferred him to a plane. And so it's been a series of different transports in the custody of the United States. So that process began several hours ago.
Yeah, Evan Perez.
There he is right there. It was all good just a week ago. He should have knew something was going bad when they started blowing up those his drug boats, man. When they started blowing them shits up, he should have said, "Oh, man, they ain't playing no more, man. They not just capturing the boats, they blowing them out the water. Something might be up, man. Something might be up, man. Something might be going on behind the scenes, man." Shout out to Muramasa, man. Happy New Year. I sent you a video of clips of the Somali fraud in Minneapolis way back in 2013 and 2015. So the slander towards Nick Shirley is BS. Oh, God. 2013, 2015. I got to check that out, man. Salute, man. Yeah, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. We're gonna check that out. We're gonna check that out tonight, man. This fucking Maduro, man. That's him in the hoodie right there, man. That's him in the hoodie, man. That's him in the hoodie. That's him in the hoodie right here.
Obviously, we're going to continue to stay with you as we are watching this play out. And for those who are just joining us, we are watching a remarkable scene play out live before our very eyes here in New York City
this is
tonight,
wife.
where Nicolas Maduro, the man who ruled Venezuela for more than a dozen years, is now a prisoner of the U.S. government, as the almost 34 million people who lived
ruled. They can't even keep this story straight. She didn't say presided over. She said ruled.
With you as we are watching this play out. And for those who are just joining us, we are watching a remarkable scene play out live before our very eyes here in New York City tonight, where Nicolas Maduro, the man who ruled Venezuela for more than a dozen years, is now a prisoner of the U.S. government, as the almost 34 million people who lived under his reign are left wondering who is running their country. The president says for the time being,
we're running the country, you dumb bitch. Didn't the president just tell you that? We're going to run it until there's a fucking president. These countries ain't on our level, man. They not on our level, man. We son these little countries, man. Just like in real life, man. Big bank take little bank. When they get a leader, we're gonna interview a bunch of their leaders. Whichever one is gonna be is not gonna fucking work with Russia and China against us. We're gonna fucking we'll let them be the leader. We're not just gonna fucking take him out and then leave and let another dictator come in there, you fucking whore. Press 1. This dumb bitch thinks we gonna go do all this shit and then just leave so another dictator can come take over for him. She's a moron. She's stupid.
it's going to be the United States that is running Venezuela, he says, with a group. A lot of questions about the details of what that's going to look like. But we have been watching the former leader of Venezuela, the ousted leader, just outside New York City, helicoptered inside Manhattan tonight, then to the Brooklyn facility where he is going to be held for the foreseeable future. As you were seeing a heavy police presence that has been escorting him around this city, whether it's by motorcade, which is what took him to the Metropolitan Detention Center here, or by helicopter, as we saw earlier after he deplaned here in New York City. Ellie Honig, I mean, just this moment, something that, there have been real questions of what was going to happen. The president said earlier that he shouldn't have been surprised, Maduro or anyone else, because of the large U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean. And now we're seeing this moment where he is in U.S. custody and he'll be before a U.S. judge within a matter of days, if not hours from now.
Well, I think what's so unexpected, Caitlin, is that it would play out this way. Obviously, there was this military buildup happening around Venezuela, but that our government made the decision, we're going to go in, we're going to seize Maduro by force and his wife, we're going to bring them to the United States and subject them to trial in our civilian criminal courts is really a remarkable decision made by the president. And I think there's debate around it politically.
No,
but one thing I think we've learned over the years is that our criminal courts are fully capable of handling a prosecution like this. Now, this will be different because we're talking about a former president of a sovereign nation, but we have seen trials in these federal courthouses in New York and the Southern District of the leaders of the most dangerous narco groups, terrorist groups, mafia groups, you name it. Our courts have shown that they're capable of this. And, just historically speaking, there was a heated debate in the early 2000s about whether some of the terrorists associated with the 9/11 attacks, associated with Al-Qaeda, should be tried in our criminal courts. And ultimately, the decision was made not to try them in our civilian criminal courts, and they were left to languish for decades in military prisons to really unsatisfying endings. So this is a monumental decision that's been made by Donald Trump, by his administration. I think history will show that it's a correct decision in terms of the legal way this will play out, to give these people their day in court, give them the rights that our criminal defendants are due, give them a trial by jury, and see what the outcome is.
Yeah, and as we're watching this play out, Evan reports that he is now inside that facility where you're watching this massive police presence. It's not far, just a couple of miles from where we are broadcasting right now. And Rahm Emanuel, as you're looking at this, and we're talking about the legal process and what plays out, and Ellie says the U.S. courts are perfectly capable of handling this. You can see the massive crowd that has been gathered outside there that Evan was reporting on earlier. The other question is the U.S. military capable? Is the U.S. itself capable of running Venezuela, as the president has put it?
Of course, man. We run the fucking world, you whore. That's why you get to sit here and talk shit. We run the fucking world. That's why you don't have a fucking hijab on, you fucking bitch. Press 1. That's why you're not walking around in a burqa, because we run the fucking world. And the other people don't run the world. If the other people ran the world, you fucking bitch, you'd be walking around with a burqa on, you dumb whore. Can we run Venezuela? Can we run Venezuela for a year or two till we get a new president in there? This bitch. Jesus Christ. American women are awful. Press 1. They're so fucking spoiled. American women are so fucking spoiled. This bitch they're so fucking spoiled, man. We have spoiled them. Anybody with children knows. Anybody with children knows how that goes down. If you got children, you can tell when somebody's spoiled. You know when somebody's spoiled. If you've had children, if you got children, you know the signs of somebody when they're spoiled. They get delusional. They're going to start getting delusional. They're going to start losing touch with reality. They're going to stop forgetting. They're going to start forgetting. Like my daughter, she can't even wipe her butt, but she walk around like she run the house. You know, my son can't even talk, and if I have to say something he don't like, he'll headbutt me. I'm like, boy, I gotta change your diaper. You better, you lucky. I'm like, boy, every time you shit, I change your diaper. You gonna headbutt me? But those are your kids, so you can deal with it. They're your kids. It's all good. But this is different, man. The way grown American women treat the patriarchy in America is criminal. It's criminal.
I mean, what does that look like to you?
Well, I mean, look, when you look at the heads of states, whether it's Gaddafi, Noriega, whether you look at Hussein, Hussein in Iraq, you look at all the people, heads of states that we've knocked off. We're pretty good at that or taking them. We're not very good at nation building or nation administrating. And this, I mean, the complexity of Venezuela doesn't compare to Libya, doesn't compare to Iraq, doesn't compare to Panama. So the scorecard here is very uneven in that sense of what our reputation is and our capability. And Panama is just a tenth of the size of Venezuela, a much more complex Venezuela. And I also think that it's not just military, it's political, which, you know, why I think the president of the United States, having thrown the Democratic elected government basically under the bus, made a mistake. This is not a strong suit of the United States. It's not also what you want as a detour of our resources, given what we have to deal with in Ukraine with Russia's war, Gaza Strip, in that area, that now the same people are going to be running this. This is going to be a massive undertaking for a president of the United States that ran under the banner of America First and no nation building.
Yeah, and Rob,
it's going to be
we saw that
very testing.
It's a huge test. I mean, I don't think anyone knows what the next 24 hours, 48 or
Right.
year looks like on this. But I want to show you, because we saw that remarkable picture of Nicolas Maduro on board the USS Iwo Jima earlier. He was wearing the sweatsuit, the blinders, the noise insulating headphones. We now just have a video of Maduro inside U.S. custody. I want everyone to just stop and watch that for a moment.
Good night. Happy New Year.
I mean, Rahm Emanuel, you're watching this video where Maduro is being transported through. You can see the DEA carpet that he's walking across, going very slowly. He seems to say something. It's not totally clear what. And a little bit of a smile almost at one point as he's walking.
He looks a lot like Saddam to me, but here's the thing. Like, he's being tried in America. Think about it. If you were a world leader and you had gotten crossways with a country, where would you, which country would you want to get crossways with? The United States, because we're going to fucking treat you like a human being. If he was in one of them other fucking countries, if goddamn Honduras or Colombia or fucking, who knows, you know what I mean? One of them third world countries had gotten him, they'd be torturing him right now. Press one. They'd be torturing him right now. He's going to get treated like any U.S. prisoner. He's going to have a cell. They're not going to put him with another inmate because he's priority. He's going to get fed 3 times a day. His cell's not going to be cold or hot. It's going to be room temperature. He'll have access to information. He'll have a lawyer. Those other countries, man, they would just be torturing him, getting all the information out of him, or just punishing him for all the shit he did. But you're definitely getting a lot of information out of him, torturing him. We don't do that here. We don't do that to people over here, man. These people act like they don't like he's getting his ass kicked and shit behind it. He already been in front of a judge. If he got captured by another country, you think they would have put him in front of a fucking judge? You really think they would have put him in front of a fucking judge? Are you kidding me? He would have never seen a fucking judge. You kidding me?
Rob Manuel, what do you see in this?
Your guess, I got to be honest, Caitlin, your guess is as good as mine. I think this is an attempt by the United States to project, here's what we've done to this leader. I think what you're looking at is a guy.
Or it's just video of him being walked to his cell. Like, what if you be project, look what we've done to this leader? They got him in custody. They showing him so you motherfuckers can't say, where is he? We demand to see the president of Venezuela. How do we know he's still alive? Then they show you pictures of him and, this is just an attempt to project that they have. Shut the fuck up. Fuck y'all. Press 1, man. Fuck these people, man.
Being used in this moment to send a message to the American people, and also not only the American people, the worldwide, that if the United States wants to act, we can act, and we can literally go into a country, take somebody out in that effort. So I think it was basically.
I mean, I think he's saying Happy New Year there at the end. As I watch this, as he's walking through.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I can't.
See, they are saying that. Let me drop the link, man. If you want to come up, man, you come up, man. Trying to him and Puffy. Make Puffy his cellmate. Puffy gonna get handsy with him, man. He gonna be like, nah, man, get me out of this cell, man. This dude too handsy, man. This goddamn Puffy character's too handsy. He touching on me, man. I ain't coming. You violating my fucking the Geneva Convention. You violating the Geneva Convention by putting me in a cell with Puffy, man.
Moving moment by moment out of Venezuela, the de facto leader there has now for the first time appeared on camera, demanding the immediate release of Nicolas Maduro and his wife, calling their capture a kidnapping. Right now, meantime, Maduro, in that image, you see him, it was posted by President Trump. He is on his way to the United States to face drug trafficking charges in the Southern District of New York. Meanwhile, the vice president of Venezuela, Maduro's vice president, her name is Delcy Rodriguez. She just spoke. We've got the audio in now. I want to play for you what she just said to Trump.
We demand the immediate release of President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, the only president of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Coming out against Trump. And that is extremely significant, not just because she saw what happened hours ago to the guy on top of her, but also because President Trump, about 2 hours before that video came out, said that Delcy Rodriguez was on board with the U.S. plan. He said that she was willing to do whatever is necessary.
Yeah, but now she that was behind the scenes, you fucking whore. The bitch turned on him, but she's not gonna say it publicly. That's how this shit goes. This ain't a Disney movie, you fucking bitch. The vice president, of course, she was in on it. And now she's just saying, we demand his release. That's to appease the people of Venezuela that might support him. That's to cover her back with his supporters, Maduro's supporters. But everybody knows, yeah, she was in on it. You can't trust You think this bitch wants to go against the United States? You think she want to be sitting in the cell next to him? If they were like, yo, we coming in. Are you down with it or not? She was like, I'm with it.
The only president of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Coming out against
You said,
Trump.
how do I
And
know
that
that
is-
she was with it? Do I know for a fact? No, I don't know for a fact. I just assume Trump said she was supported 100%. And now she coming out saying that she said she demanded the release of Maduro. Whether she was with it or not, it don't matter. It really doesn't matter.
extremely significant, not just because she saw what happened hours ago to the guy on top of her, but also because President Trump, about 2 hours before that video came out, said that Delcy Rodriguez was on board with the U.S. plan. He said that she was willing to do whatever is necessary to, in his words, make Venezuela great again, and that she was doing what he wanted. Here he is.
Who's going to take over? I mean, there is nobody to take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro, and right now she's the vice president, and she's, I guess, the president. She was sworn as president just a little while ago. She had a long conversation with Marco, and she said, we'll do whatever you need. I think she was quite gracious, but she really doesn't have a choice.
Okay, we'll do whatever you need, he says, she said to Marco Rubio, and that she really doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, she doesn't have a choice. This is the way the world works. Men, strong men with might. You're not used to that. This woman, American women aren't used to seeing a strong man operate on the world stage. Okay? Everything Barack Obama did was hidden by the media to make him look like a good guy. Biden was just a fucking idiot figurehead. So they couldn't put all the shit he did on one person. They tried to spread it out because he wasn't all there. Bush, he was kind of bumbling and stumbling, kind of awkward and kind of like a ditz. You know what I'm saying? Like an airhead. And then Clinton, he had scandals, nothing but scandals. In the first Bush, he was kind of like a nerd. And then Reagan's like the last strong man we've seen. That was fucking 30-something years ago, 40 years ago. Okay? These American women haven't seen a strong man operate on the world stage. They grew up through a time where, just didn't see it. I would say Barack Obama was a strong man, but he did a lot of dirt. You got to do a lot of dirt. You got to bomb Nigeria. Then the next week, you got to bomb Venezuela. You got to arrest the Venezuela president. You got to do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? To keep the world in place. And here's the thing. A lot of these presidents, the CIA does this shit. Press one. Under a lot of presidents, the CIA just does this shit. The president signs off on it and the CIA does it. Trump, he wants to be hands-on with this shit. But the CIA does this all the time. They go take over countries and shit all the time. They bomb. If this was another president, we would have heard about strikes in Nigeria, but it wouldn't have been the president coming out saying that they did it. We would have heard about, Maduro's he disappeared, or he was assassinated by one of his chief political rivals. We wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? The CIA would have did it in a different way. Press one. Am I right? That's Freak or Raywall?
I mean, you got a point there, with the Arab Spring and under Obama, he kind of used our European allies to be like the forerunners of deposing Gaddafi and all that stuff and forming those movements. And also with, yeah, so
Yeah,
I
like
kind of agree with that.
Trump would have
But
just
I mean,
arrested Gaddafi. Or Trump would have just arrested Gaddafi.
yeah, like, so it was kind of more indirect with Obama, and Obama was mostly using drone strikes and all that shit. So he was using more of the
Covert.
special or the covert, yeah, like, special ops guys and the covert departments and all that other stuff. Bush, I think he was the last one who actually was direct in terms of getting rid of a dictator, but he just fucked that up.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that didn't happen until Obama got in office. They didn't actually get him out of that hole until Obama was in office. Remember?
No, they arrested Saddam when Bush was in office. Yeah, well, a year
No,
after the
that was
invasion.
it. You sure about that?
Yeah, that's when they arrested him.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Or was that Bin Laden? That was Bin Laden under Obama.
Bin Laden.
Yeah,
Yeah, under Obama.
Yeah.
2011. That was my senior year of high school. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Bin Laden.
And they say that was fake because
nothing ever happens. Nothing ever.
No, because there's no way Bin Laden could have survived out in the mountains like that when he had a kidney issue and he needed constant dialysis. You know what I mean? Some people say that he died actually before the 9/11 attacks, and like if he really had the kidney issue, there's no way he could have survived in the mountains of Afghanistan without constant medical attention or without being near medical facilities.
Okay.
That's one theory.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, Ray Wall? What's going on? Yeah, man. But yeah, this is yeah, you must be muted. You must be muted. But yeah, this is these American women. What do you think about these American women?
Well, Ray Wall said his mic is out, so.
Okay.
But yeah, these American women, like I agree with you. You know what I mean? Women in the Western world in general, they've always been coddled for hundreds of years. They never had to struggle. They never had to, do anything that men had to do. And yeah, they're just.
And they never had to put up with any shit that women in the other parts of the world have to do.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know struggle. They don't know real struggle. I mean, maybe the women in Eastern Europe and the Balkans, they do, but like women in America, they're spoiled. Just like some people, some people I think are spoiled.
Yeah. What's up, Presidente? El Presidente?
My fellow Ock Nationers, distinguished members of the panel, today is a great day. Great day for Ock Nation.
Yes.
President Fisherman has been captured and now is being moved to a undisclosed location, black site, where he will be processed further. And now come the days of President Hot Black.
Yeah, we be prosecuting him for anti-Semitism, man. Yeah, man, President Fisherman. But we're gonna win. One thing about it, man, with Ock Nation, we part of the Geneva Convention, so you don't have to worry about him being tortured or anything like that.
No, nothing like that.
I knew you were a fucking Israeli plant, Hot Black.
Can you hear me now?
No doubt. How could you not know?
Yeah, I heard you, man. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up, Buck?
What's happening?
What up?
Not much, man. It's crazy. He just came in, arrested Maduro in his own country.
Yeah, hey, man, that's how we living, man. It's cracking. It's up.
Yeah, I thought Maduro was gonna be like a little hombrito.
No, he a big hombrito, man.
Yeah. I was like,
shit, if they got a goddamn, I don't know if they play basketball down there, but if they got a little basketball team, man, he can play on the basketball team. That's a big old hombrito, man.
Yeah, but Aki, you were right about Trump. He's the only one that actually just came straight out and said it. Obama did, you know. Yeah,
Yes.
Obama would be secretive. All the other ones would be secretive.
Trying to play the good guy and shit. Trying to
Yeah.
be.
Now liberals are going to be like, I can't believe he got him.
Oh yeah, they're already fucking you know what I'm saying, having meltdowns and shit. I hate these people, man.
He just said this is a kidnapping and send him back, and you know, essentially thumbing her nose at Trump. All right, Kevin Liptak joins us live from West Palm Beach, Florida. So the timeline, Kevin, is that Trump said what I just played, and then within 2 hours, we got the statement from Vice President Delcy Rodriguez of Venezuela, which I just played. So now we're awaiting Trump's response to that. What does this actually mean? You are there in Mar-a-Lago with the president. What's the response from him?
Yeah, and I don't think it will be a favorable response from the president. You know, he did sound fairly confident that Rodriguez would be going along with this plan. You know, after that press conference, he gave a phone call to the New York Post, and actually Rodriguez came up in that conversation. He was asked if U.S. troops would be on the ground in Venezuela running that country, and what he said was, quote, "No, if Maduro's vice president, if the vice president does what we want, we won't have to do that." And then he goes on to say, we're prepared. You know, we have a second wave that's much bigger than the first one. And so I do think, you know, now that Rodriguez is coming out and suggesting that she is not, in fact, on board with what the United States is doing down there, the president does seem to be setting up the prospect that the U.S. could go in with a second round of strikes. You know, he alluded to that. And
she don't want that smoke. She just talking. She behind the scenes. She's like, it's all smooth. I just really I gotta say this shit. You know what I mean? I have to say this shit.
Yeah.
That's believable completely.
She don't want no smoke. After seeing that, and you know, Maduro's way tougher than she is, right? He's a big drug dealer and shit, right? So she knows if they did that to him, she not with it. Let's see.
Meantime, the strike sparking largely Republican-backed praise and Democrat-led protests across the country.
Yeah, skimpy protests. Look at these fucking pitiful ass liberals. Everybody here, all these people are fucking idiot morons and shit, just horrible people. The people there are jumping for joy, and you got these white liberals talking about send the fucking guy back to fucking rule over him some more and shit. People are awful. They're bad people.
Tests across the country, including here in Indiana. CBS 4's Gabriela Miranda was downtown.
This bitch. Fuper, Kafia, just the whole glasses, the ugly face. She got the whole liberal fucking starter kit.
She's fat.
Jesus.
And not in a good way.
This evening, and has more from both sides of the issue.
It's a polarizing day both around the world.
It was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
And here in Indiana.
This is a culmination of all of the vile systems.
This fucking guy, man. Yo.
He doesn't have one molecule of testosterone in his body. Press 1.
Yo. Holy shit. Yo.
It's bad, man.
He is literally like a child adult. You could tell like he like literally lives in like a den in his parents' house. And he like, look at his shirt. He ain't even got his collar down all the way. His fucking frames. These glasses cost like $8. His hat full of lint and shit on it. He probably smells like the Dickens. He's probably like scared to talk to girls and shit. Like, not like you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is fucking wow. They got a look about them though. That's one thing. It's like a uniform.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a stereotypical look. They all have a look.
That
The
exists
woman
today.
looks like
Thousands
that
of
fat
miles
woman.
away from
Yeah, like look at this. You'll never see one of them that looks like this. Unless
Not unless she's
Hollywood.
in college or something.
Yeah, Hollywood one or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
college one. But yeah, all these, these little dumbass protests, you never see anybody like that.
thousands of miles away from Venezuela, Monument Circle is speckled with signs condemning the American military action that plucked Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro from office.
Maduro, aguanta, que el pueblo se levanta. The seizure of the president of another country by the military is outrageous. It has no basis in you.
Look at him, man. This fucking guy. The glasses. Wow, the frames. Why this? And then the women, they have the big, thick, like fucking crazy looking frames. They're fucking all fucking the same, man. This guy's a little bit better though. He probably got 2 molecules of testosterone.
I mean, he's got facial hair, so that's something.
The capture is the culmination of months of increasing tension between the two countries, with U.S. forces carrying out several attacks on boats accused of carrying drugs from Venezuela.
They are a base for terrorism, and they're using the oil and they're using the drug money to subsidize our adversaries.
The strike represents America's most assertive action toward regime change in decades. Venezuela's vice president is making demands that the U.S. free Maduro, calling him the country's rightful leader.
This just feels like another episode in the long history of our nation's brutalization of the whole world.
President Trump says the U.S. government will run.
This guy right here, he should be flogged for that, right? Do you understand that, like, the president literally just stopped fucking Christians from being genocided he tried to stop y'all little Gaza genocide in Israel, but he couldn't really stop that. He tried to stop the Russian, they're losing 25,000 troops a month in Ukraine. 25,000 troops a month.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a war. It's going on. It's ugly. He stopped the Rwandan. Who was that they fighting with? Rwanda and shit. What's that other little country right there? Congo. Rwanda, Congo had a conflict. He stopped that. He should, you talking about in the last 2 months. He's literally. Well, did he stop? Is there still a peace treaty between Gaza and Israel? Or are they still fighting like they were fighting before?
I think they tried to have a ceasefire, but then, they said, "Oh yeah, the ceasefire is violated or whatever." But I don't know. You know how it is with Israel, man. They're gonna bomb those.
They're not fighting like they were before. It's not as hot and heavy, right? Because before they were going at it.
Yeah, I don't think Israel.
Anyway, but look at what he's done in the last 2 months. You know what I mean? Those Nigerians. See, think about the thing in Nigeria, right? People don't care about Africa, right? So they don't give a fuck. They don't even want to know. At least in the Ukraine, people carried Ukrainian flags around, and people were, on it for a little while, and then it kind of died down. But in Africa, when there's a slaughter going on, nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Those people getting slaughtered for 20 years. It's not like Ukraine, where it's just been going on for a few years, where as soon as Putin went in, Biden responded. But it's yo, that Nigerian shit been going on for 20 years. You know what I mean? And fucking liberals are fucking complaining that he went in there and stopped it. This guy is the greatest president in the history of America. Hands down. Let me get this faggot off the screen while I'm saying some shit like that.
The whole world.
President Trump says
this guy's the greatest president in the history of the whole world.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. You think when he strikes Nigeria, they're going to try and get Sons to say he's racist?
Oh, they're already doing that.
Are they already doing it?
Yeah, American Sons, not all the Nigerians are like, yeah, great.
No,
But,
yeah, I meant American Sons. Yeah,
yeah, American Sons are saying that he just want oil. You know, our sons, Abraham Lincoln ain't free the slave. He freed. He ain't want to free slave. He just freed him because of something. You know how they do that shit. They don't never want to give a white man. They ain't gonna give a white man no credit for nothing.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say, oh yeah, well, we say that 300,000 Union soldiers died to free slaves. We're like, oh, that wasn't to free slaves. That was to preserve the Union. I'm like, assholes. You guys were still freed. Okay. If we didn't fight at all, you'd still be in chains, or you'd still be working in fields.
Yep.
And if we didn't purchase your asses, you guys would be castrated by the fucking Arabs, and then you want to convert to Islam. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Exactly. American Son never cared about Nigerians. Now all of a sudden, they're starting to cry about them.
Wouldn't there be when the genocide is being stopped that they do nothing about? Because niggas didn't know nothing about that genocide.
Nope.
Not a thing.
According to Sons, oh sorry, right.
No, good.
I said, according to Sons, Africa's all peaceful. It was all good until the white man came, and then
Facts. Shout out to Anthony Madison, man, from down under, man.
The U.S. government will run the country at least temporarily, tapping into its oil reserves to sell to other nations. As the possibility of war looms over, some, including Republican Congressman Jim Baird, believe it may be in the best interests of American security.
I'm not excited about boots on the ground, but I'm a Vietnam veteran, and it's sometimes that you have to show that you're willing to take aggressive action to take care and protect our country.
Gabriela Mirando, CBS 4 News.
Yeah, these people, I hate these people. They suck.
You can't please these people. You know what I mean? They exist just to complain.
Yep.
Press 1.
Yeah, that's what they do, man.
Yo, Aki, you think it's the only time these people have gotten attention in their lives? So,
you know what? I've been thinking about this a lot. It is the term mind virus. A lot of that is true to a degree, man. That this is somewhat of a mind virus, and also it's a lot of biology that we like women are behind a lot of this shit. Like if you look at the feminism, like I was watching a video about feminism. I want to share it with you guys. I really do want to share this video with you guys, man. I'm not sure if they'll let me do it, but maybe you know what I can do. Maybe I can play it. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can play it. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll play it on my phone, and then let y'all hear it on my phone. But I'll show the video. Let me see. I was watching this video earlier, man. It was amazing, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
Who was what channel was it on? Who was the content creator?
It's about feminism. I'm not sure if it was on a channel or it was some. I hope I saved it. Let me see. I was watching Candid Camera. I was watching Candid Camera earlier today. Woo! What's that about? The old Candid Camera, the TV show used to come on in the 80s where they would punk people. It was kind of like punk or spoof people. You know what I'm saying? Candid Camera. Oh my God, man, that shit was so funny, man. The 80s, man, it was such a goddamn, man. I will say this, man. A lot of advancements have been made to make life easier and to make, I guess what would you call it? Like travel faster and entertainment and communication faster and shit. But god damn, we didn't know none of that shit was gonna happen, so we didn't miss it, right? The 80s and the 90s was shit, man. I remember when I was younger, people would always talk about the 60s and the 50s. Black people, they would always be like, yeah, man, they missed the good old days, even though, it was supposed to be all declaring black people. When I was a kid, black people always talk about the 60s and the 50s and the 70s, especially the 70s. Oh, man, it was so great. Now I feel like I'm that person. I feel like, oh, shit, man. As even though you didn't have the internet in your home, even though you had to read shit, the newspaper was yesterday's news in your bushes, and magazines was last month's news on the newsstand. You still, you know what I'm saying? It still was better, man. It was better.
I would trade anything to go back, man.
It was better, man. It was better. This shit fucking sucks, man. I remember basketball. Like you if you didn't watch the game, you might catch some highlights on Sports Center, but after that, you ain't seeing none of that shit again. Now you can watch the fucking highlights 1,000 times on your phone. You ain't got to see the game. You could just fucking go watch the game cut up. They got the condensed game on your phone and shit.
Yep.
I remember when you was gone, you was gone. Then people had to wait for you to come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, wait.
I remember riding my bike just to the courts to see if anybody was there, And then everyone would it was no cell phones and none of that stuff.
Oh man, you just gone. Where's so-and-so at? Oh, they gone. I talked to him, holler at him. Oh man, maybe somebody
bring the boombox too.
Yeah.
If somebody moved away, that was it,
Yeah,
the high top fade.
Yeah, they was gone. Yeah, when your friends moved to another neighborhood, that relationship was over with, man.
Yep.
I remember them days, man. Yeah, man. Holy shit.
Man.
I want you to see this.
Frozen off the boat.
This bitch right here. Here go. This bitch right. She I don't mean to call her a bitch. This is a queen. This woman is a queen. Okay? She's a queen. Feel to chime in whenever you feel like it, man.
Channeling so many
Is that a tranny?
childbearing age into the
No,
workforce
it's a woman.
has had two really big, potentially civilization-ending consequences. One is the one I've been talking about, which is the feminization of institutions. The other is declining birth rates. That too can cause the end of your civilization. I don't think wokeness is an ideology. If it's an ideology, the way we get rid of it is by having better arguments. But if wokeness is an inevitable result of demographic feminization, then we really can't trust that wokeness is over.
Relax. It's not an ad. I just wanted to let you know that you can watch this video without any advertising at all. No interruptions, no pop-up. Relax. Fair to say. When Super Viral caused a lot of debate and discussion. And it's basically, I'll let you say it in your own words, but it's kind of a little bit about how the fact that women now control or at least represent the majority of the employees at many institutions is one of the reasons that society has gone the way it has. Is that fair?
I think that's fair to say. Some people have reacted to the piece by, acting as if I'm saying women cause all the problems in the world. I'm definitely not saying that, but I am saying that feminization has caused one specific particular problem, and that is wokeness. Like a lot of people, I was baffled by the woke phenomenon. Why did everyone seemingly go crazy all at once in the summer of 2020? It was inexplicable. It seemed to be mass hysteria, genuinely. And the more I thought about what caused it, which is a very important question, because if we know what causes it, we know how to prevent it from happening in the future. I read an article that someone else wrote that put forward a really simple, elegant thesis, which is that wokeness is simply feminine patterns of behavior applied to institutions where women had not been very well represented until recently. Women tend to be more consensus focused, consensus oriented. Men, when they're approaching a moral question, will ask, what are the facts? What are the rules? Whereas women will say, what are the relationships at play here? How can we make everybody happy? How can we reach an outcome that will satisfy all the parties, as opposed to the male perspective of how do we reach an outcome that is just and according to the rules. That sounded a lot like wokeness to me. And the sort of piece that made it all click into place for me was the coincidence of timing. It is the case, just we can all agree as a matter of fact, that a lot of institutions that went woke or were affected by wokeness became demographically female in the last 5 years. Law schools in America turned majority female in 2016, and they've gotten a little bit more female every year since then. I think now it stands at 55, 56%. The New York Times became majority female in its workforce in 2018, which is maybe why it was so susceptible to the fads of wokeness and the internal policing and the Slack revolts that took place internally over there. Medical schools are now majority female. The white collar workforce overall, employees in the United States with college degrees, a majority of them are women. And managers, management positions in the US workforce, 46% female, so almost majority female. So the fact that all of these institutions tipped over to being majority female around the same time that wokeness emerged seemed to me that couldn't possibly be a coincidence.
Wow. What's your thoughts, guys?
I think she's pretty accurate. I mean, like, yeah, definitely the wokeism stems from like feminist mindset. You know what I mean? It's just like, there was a study that was done. I'm trying to find the website I read it on, but it said that men who have lower testosterone are more left wing, but when like their testosterone levels increase through, I don't know, TRT or testosterone boosting supplements or whatever the fuck, they become more conservative.
Mm-hmm.
It's like feminism, like they don't have
explain black women.
What do you mean?
Well, black women have testosterone coursing through their veins, so I mean,
yeah. but they're very more ethnocentric, you know what I mean, compared to other types of women.
Yeah, they're more loyal.
No, there's
to their
other
race.
factors for sure.
No, black women are very loyal to their race. They're not like white women. They're black women are very, very loyal. Now it might be the dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the dynamic, different, their races on the bottom, white races on the top. It could be that, but black women are like fucking staunch pro-blacks, you know what I mean, when it comes down to it.
But some of them can definitely take down an NFL linebacker.
Yeah, definitely.
But what made you think that any of this stuff applied to black women, Hot Black? I'm just curious.
Just the testosterone angle.
Yeah, but they're not really, I don't know, they don't really believe in that. Well, I think a lot of these minorities don't really truly believe in this woke shit. They just do this to manipulate gliders.
Yeah.
They just say this just to...
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree with that, but here's the thing, though. Like, black women are still women. Like, they're still women. They just have more testosterone than other women. They don't have nearly close to testosterone of.
No, I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, but they do have higher rates of testosterone than all the other women groups. But what at the same time, though, like, there's an element of we're gonna extort white people, and we're gonna browbeat white people with this woke shit. But at the same time, like, black people do as a whole, like, have like they don't like faggots, like they don't like gays really. Like, they're not saying that it ain't a lot of gay blacks, but they'll the way they talk about gays is not PC. Okay, the way black people talk about is not PC at all.
I mean, in some ways, blacks. I've read articles about this. They're very socially conservative in certain ways.
Yeah, they go to church a lot. They used to, but you have to think though. Like, what she said has taken effect more so in the black community. Like, if like when it rains in other communities, it's a monsoon in the black community. Okay, so it's like, if she's saying that white women have taken over all these. Women in general have taken over all these positions, all these fields. Imagine what it's like in Black America, where the discrepancy between college degrees between Black women and Black men is way more than it is with white men and white women. Like,
And also, some women run the household. Sorry to cut you off.
no
But
doubt,
like,
exactly.
yeah,
And
exactly.
more women run the household too.
Yep.
Yeah.
More breadwinners. Yep.
Yeah, more breadwinners, more men in jail,
Yep.
more men shiftless, not doing anything.
Millen.
Yep.
Yeah, Millen. Yeah, more men milling.
I never
milling
knew about that term till the other day.
Yeah, milling around, man. It's a phenomenon. It's big in a lot of African countries. But yeah, it's you're right though, that it would take more of effect in the Black community than it would in any other community.
And management positions in the U.S. workforce, 46% female, so almost majority female. So the fact that all of these institutions tipped over to being majority female around the same time that wokeness emerged seemed to me
let me play it from here. I don't want to play it from there. I don't want to play it from there.
Frozen off the book.
%. The New York Times became majority female over there. Medical schools are now majority, possibly be a coincidence.
And there's so many questions within that. I guess the first stress test of this argument would be, well, they were also very close to being majority female 10 years prior to that, right? So does going from 48 to 52%, is that really such a major shift that it would cause something as dramatic as that?
Well, you'd be surprised. I thought that the higher education workforce, professors in the United States, would have gone female ages and ages ago. But it actually only tipped female in 2023. So we think of feminization as something that happened a long time ago, but it really does take a certain amount of time for time to pass and older generations to retire. But I think the reason why attaining a critical mass of women has such a dramatic effect is that we're not talking about individual differences between individual men and individual women, but differences in group dynamics. For example, you might be able to say from the perspective of psychology as a discipline that women tend to be more emotional than men and men tend to be more rational, or any kind of generalization about men and women might have a certain amount of empirical support based on surveys. But at the end of the day, those differences are not massive, right? Like female support for free speech is greater or is less than male by double digits, but not, it's not like night and day. But when it comes to group dynamics, how does an organization function? How does an institution deal with conflict? When you're talking about those kinds of things, those tend to be more binary. Like either you solve your conflicts within an organization in a masculine way or in a feminine way. Either open conflict is something that your institution will tolerate or it's not. So that's the kind of thing where once you get a critical mass, you really kind of have to pick which one you're going to do.
Well, you mentioned consensus and sort of empathy and including all perspectives. That really isn't what happened with wokeness, though, is it? Because it was more like, we've come to a new consensus and anyone who doesn't agree is going to get killed, basically. Is that really, that might be the way women deal with this on a group basis. I don't know. You tell me.
No, it's hard to verbalize some of these differences because it might be a convenient shorthand to say men are more comfortable with conflict than women. I think that makes a lot of sense, right? But a famous psychology study, very often if you're studying gender differences, and you're a psychologist, the way you'll do your study is you'll just go to a playground and watch the kids playing and observe and count up how many times somebody hits somebody else or something like that. And there was an experiment of that type done, I believe, in Scandinavia, and it had a really funny outcome. The psychologists observed the kids playing and counted up how many fights they had. And they said, okay, we observe that the men fight a lot more than the girls. But then as a supplement, they decided to confirm their observations by talking to the kids and saying, how many fights did you have today, Billy? Or how many fights did you have today, Sally? And their discrepancy was huge. They found that the girls reported having just as many fights as the men. The level of conflict, male and female, on that schoolyard was exactly the same. But their observations had failed to record any of the female conflicts because when they asked the girls, oh, you had a fight today, what did that entail? It was things like Megan said she was going to tell everybody they couldn't be my friend anymore.
Which is where words of violence comes from. I imagine you're right.
That's right. That's right. And one of the most consistent.
That's deep. So that's why women. Okay, so that's why the woke shit is like so against freedom of speech, and so like you gotta use my pronouns. You can't hate speech, unconscious bias, you know what I mean, rhetoric and all this shit. Because girls see words as having so much power. That's why they call you a bitch ass nigga or a punk when you react to words as a man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, like, it's all saying, like, guys, you say, like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? Like, hey, what's up, dickhead? And, like, that's a regular greeting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. Women, it would be, oh my gosh. Yeah, clutching pearls and shit over shit like that. Yeah.
But that just goes to show you that, I mean, the sun people, I've said this before. Like, I remember this one time where it was just you and I on the panel, and I said this before. Sons are very paradoxical in that they can be masculine, but they can also have that feminine mindset, and that they take words as violence. You know what I mean? And that one word or something said the wrong way can lead to getting shot or a big fight or whatever the fuck. So, sons are very fragile, I would say. But I don't know if that fragility has to do with like their masculine ego or them being raised by women. What do you think, Ak?
I think, sons are more violent naturally, but I do think that I see a lot of the stuff we were talking about where sons will give you a fucked up nickname. You know what I'm saying? And you'll rock out with that for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like sons will give you a wild nickname, like Big Nose Kevin. And your shit'll be, you know what I'm saying? That'll be your name. You'll be 50 years old. You'll be known as Big Nose Kevin and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Chicken neck.
Yeah, sons still got, son men still got the ability to, you know what I'm saying, use words, take a lot. And when sons roast each other, it's so personal and it's so ugly. And in general, like, nobody really ever gets shot. Like, you can get shot over that more, of course, than any other group. But when sons roast, how ugly and personal and just mean spirited it gets. Like, I remember being in school and it would just be so. I didn't know until I went to the Quaker school that everybody's not like this. Like, it would be sons are just mean spirited when they come to roasting. So we can do all that shit without catching feelings too much, But our levels are much higher. You know what I mean?
I guess they also don't like it. I guess it's different when some people do it between some people. It's okay, but when gliders get involved, it's just
exactly. Yeah, gliders get involved. Yeah, everything's racism. Yeah.
Some women have a way with words when it comes to crafting the most foul, base, disgusting fucking insults. Though, like, they will pull some shit out that it really I mean, will just make you think about it later on.
Yes. And when you're a man, a black man, you go through that. Black men deal with that all the time. Okay, they deal with that type of shit from black women all the time. So when you see a black man on the street, or you might go to the movies, and then you see a lot of couples there, black couples, or you go to the mall or whatever restaurant. That woman is exactly what you just explained. That man has heard some foul shit about his mama, about his parents, about his family, about his upbringing, about
Yep.
everything, about his personal like things he's told her about himself. They
Right.
they are all like they're almost all like that, right?
They're like wizards or something with the way that they fucking formulate that. I mean, obviously there are a lot of sweet talking Sun women too, but like when you get them angry,
Yeah,
that shit can be a
yeah,
little scary.
yeah. They go for the jugular.
Yep.
They
Yeah,
go hard, yeah.
yeah, and you can see why some Sun men snap. And here's the thing: you might think, oh well, Pookie's a killer or Pookie's, a shooter. He don't have to deal with that shit. They don't care. They don't give a fuck if you a shooter. They don't give a fuck if you a killer. Them niggas get the same shit.
Conservative from the hood is back.
Oh yeah, he in the back. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, my guy? What's going on, Mr. President?
What up, dude? We should have been on that fucking should have been on the vote, man.
Nah, yeah. I be coming on every night and just listening in, man. I be commenting. I be
Did you
commenting.
vote? Who did you vote for?
Nah. I didn't vote, man. I didn't vote.
Okay. He lying like shit. He don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, man.
Probably voted for Fisherman.
Nah, Hot Black would have got my shit, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Salute.
Yeah, but what do you think about the way like black women? Do you agree with what we was talking about?
Hell yeah. I ain't pulling brown sugar, man. Coming back, man. He's just flipping up.
Yo, Brown Sugar's a perfect example. You got her fucking angry on here. She go,
Yeah,
you can't stop her.
Right. Yeah. That's how women. But yeah, this wokeness shit. Yeah, it has affected the black community. But now that I think about it, man, yeah, it has. Hold on, let me play it from here. I keep forgetting.
Psychological differences between men and women is women have a strong impulse of caring, right? Which is exactly, I'm not somebody who looks to evolutionary biology for the solutions to all human phenomena, but this particular one does seem glaringly Darwinian, right? That women see helpless things and they want to take care of them. That is definitely something that Darwin would find a pretty easy explanation for. But that's also something that wokeness can easily weaponize. It means that if you can frame your political issue as a way of caring for some helpless class, then you're golden, right?
Minorities are babies.
That's right. But that is precisely what's going on at a deeper level, and that's why it's been so effective.
Wow, that's deep, right?
The white woman's burden.
Wow, that's human psychology. Like I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, "Yo." She was going to the store and she was talking about, and I was like, "Yo, don't fall for the sales because sales are that taps into women's psychology. You know that, right? Sales,
Yeah.
women feel because they're the gatherers. We the hunters and they're the gatherers, so they evolve being gatherers, and the sale psychology taps into their mind frame, the way they gather. When they're in these stores, they're gathering. They're gathering in the bush, gathering berries and shit, right? Gathering little grubs and shit to take back to the hut and shit, right? That's how the store works. So when the sale says, "Hey, more berries for half the price," and they can't resist it. That's why your woman always spends more money, or she always goes to the store for a couple things and she comes back with a bunch of bags. Because
bags full of berries and grubs and shit.
That's facts.
They
and them
use
sales, except for them females, man.
Yeah, her psychology. Yeah, exactly. They use her own psychology against her.
Buying all that fucking celery that you ain't never gonna eat.
Yeah. Yes, it's yeah. Oh yeah, that's celery. Oh my god,
It's gotta be in there.
Yo, we had so much celery and green onions one time, man, in the refrigerator. It's like, man, it was like 6 packs of celeries and a bunch of rotten green onions and shit, and I was like, what the fuck? And then she went to the store the next time and bought some more celery. It's like, God damn, woman.
Just in the infinitesimal chance that you're gonna, have some fucking celery or peanut butter or some shit.
We do a
Whatever
blue
the fuck.
cheese and I don't know about no.
I don't even know what the hell you eat with celery.
But yes, you can put peanut butter and raisins on it or something. But like celery for me is only for like tuna fish salad and shit like that.
That's for the Trinity.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The what's onions and
onion, celery, bell pepper.
Put the celery in some soup.
Yeah. I mean, it's good with other stuff, but like by itself.
Yeah, I mean, you get wings. Whenever I get wings, I get celery and carrots with it. Eat it with the blue cheese or the.
But that bag has got a lot of celery in it.
I know.
That's a whole ass. More than you need.
Yeah.
And then she gets 2 for 1.
I'm telling you, man. But yeah, they take advantage of women's psychology, man, because women they can't, like, that shit is hardwired, man, into their brain, man. It's hearing that this woke shit that's amazing. Wow. That's crazy.
It's always a white liberal woman leading the charge.
Yep.
And Helen, your article, and I encourage everyone to read it, it's fascinating whether you agree or disagree with it, but you cited one particular case, which is the former president of Harvard. So let's talk about that, because you use it as the main example for the thrust of your argument.
That's right. This was back in 2005. So this is before anybody had ever heard of wokeness. Now, I don't know if your listeners in the UK will be familiar with Larry Summers, but he was at that time probably one of the 10 most powerful people in the country. He was not just the president of Harvard. He had also been in Bill Clinton's cabinet. He had been at the World Bank. He was an academically eminent economist, very well connected in the Democratic Party, just a really powerful guy. He was invited to give a speech at a conference on female underrepresentation in science and math, and he decided to deliver his remarks off the cuff. And to be really, and actually, if you know anything about Larry Summers, he has a reputation for being a really blunt guy. He's somebody who does not suffer fools gladly. So when you're getting the blunt Larry Summers, you're really getting something quite direct. But the talk was supposed to be off the record, and that's important to emphasize, that the women who listened to what he said and took it to a reporter were violating the rules that they had undertaken to follow when they attended. Anyway, he said that female underrepresentation in the hard sciences was attributable to a lot of different factors, not necessarily just not thinking ladies can be scientists. There is a difference of aptitude at the very, very, very high ends. If you're talking about people who are going to be tenured at MIT, that's the way out at the end of the bell curve, and there tend to be more men out there than women. And also differences in taste. That is, women tend to gravitate towards professions and fields where they get to deal with people, as opposed to something really cold and abstract like physics. Not to say that no women do, but that is the tendency. So women who are way out there at that end of the bell curve and have the aptitude for a career in hard science would maybe gravitate to something like medicine as opposed to something like physics. So Larry Summers said all this, and there were a bunch of lady scientists in the audience who said, "How dare you?" And they gave quotes to a reporter, something like, "I felt like I was going to throw up," or "I thought I was going to black out." And it became a huge controversy. And there were a lot of other controversies during Larry Summers' tenure as president of Harvard. So that was not the only thing that brought him down, but it was definitely at the very top of the list. And about a year later, he resigned.
And what's really interesting is with that case, and now I don't doubt that it caused a massive stir when he went on and basically went, "I'm going to freestyle and deliver truth bombs to all of you. So here we are, enjoy it." But he's also, if you get to be president of Harvard, you are going to make enemies aplenty. In order to get to that position, you're going to have to fire people, antagonize people, because that's just the nature of the job. So he would have had loads of enemies who were willing just to pounce at that particular moment, surely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember some of the other controversies that have attended Larry Summers' career. And I believe one from his tenure at the World Bank was when he said, are we sure we want to really, really enforce labor laws against having sweatshops in third world countries? Because isn't having sweatshops good for them sometimes? I mean, it leads to economic development. He phrased it in a really blunt way. So like, this is a guy who has a history of putting his foot in his mouth in a way that I frankly find really admirable.
Yeah. But certain people don't. So then has that been extrapolated right the way through society, essentially, is your argument?
That was one of the first times that a cancellation happened, that people heard somebody say something offensive, pitched a little fit, and managed to rob this person of his job. And the particular aspect of it that seemed so full of foreboding looking back is that there was no attempt to debate the issue rationally. There were plenty of people, even people on the Harvard faculty, with eminent expertise in the relevant scientific fields, willing to stand up and say, everything Larry Summers said was perfectly within the scientific mainstream. Greater male variability hypothesis, that's, everybody thinks that. So there were people willing to say he's right on the facts. Criticize him all you want for his tone, but he was right on the facts. And the women who went after his job were not willing to have that debate. They were not willing to talk about it rationally. They just said, I'm offended. I felt like I was going to black out. He was invalidating my career. This is everything I worked for. Very much a feelings over facts kind of thing. And so I don't mind if there are people who are feminists or who have different political views to those that I have, but it's important that we be able to debate them, right? That we have rational arguments. And this was one of the first instances where people just said, no, I'm not gonna debate it. I'm just gonna say I'm offended, and that's gonna be the end of the story.
Because Jordan Peterson used to talk a lot about this, where he used to talk about one of the ways that females try and destroy or attack other people isn't through the physical realm, it's through reputation destruction. And this is essentially what you're talking about.
That's deep, right? Think about that. Now think about what we've seen. He said,
Well, I mean, that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Like, that's kind of well known, is that women are more verbal, and that they use group tactics and all the other shaming shit because they're not able to physically use violence like men are. So that's been known for a long time now.
Yeah, but
especially people
reputation destruction. We're not talking about hurting your feelings. We're talking about destroying your reputation. Like, think about it. Think about how many men have been accused of rape, sexual assault, hitting a woman. That's what women. I've been accused of hitting a woman that I didn't hit. I've been accused of doing things, nothing like rape or anything like that, but by women that they told they were going to tell everybody or tell other people. And it's reputation destruction. And the thing about it is, we see that. Like, we've seen that with the Me Too movement. Because she says when the critical mass of women started taking over all of these fields, right, was recently, right? What did we see in 2017? The Me Too movement, where all these men got their reputations destroyed in mass. I'm talking about not just one here, one there. It was literally a fucking movement of destroying men's reputations. And that happened at the same time she's talking about the critical mass of women reached over 50% in all these fields.
I'm going to tell you something right now. This episode is probably going to go down as one of the best episodes on the show.
Maybe so. We had a good one the other day, though, about the Jews and the blacks in the 60s.
That one was deep.
Yeah, but yeah.
Which one was that? When was that?
I'll drop it tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
About how the Jews crew took over Baltimore.
Yeah, this is crazy. But yeah, this is illuminating though. This is illuminating that we had the Me Too movement around the same time. Then we had a woman almost get the president. Think about it. She said the critical mass started in the late teens and in the early 2020s. What did we have that we never had before? We had a woman come this close to being president, and we had a woman vice president immediately after that, and then we had another woman come this close to being president. Now it all makes sense. What do we see every time we go to any city? Who's the police chief? and I'm not talking about in fucking bubblefuck West Virginia. I'm talking about in fucking New Orleans.
Grandma New Orleans.
You know what I'm saying? Who's the?
That's gotta be the worst.
Baltimore, like we're talking about in these DC. You're talking about in these rough cities. Who's the fucking police chief?
like in Philadelphia, we had Danielle Outlaw and how she was soft on crime and all that. Like, yeah, we see it in every big city.
So they're taking over like a lot of shit, and we're seeing the destruction. Now, listen, I've been a lot of this stuff has been blamed on Jews, right? A lot of this stuff has been blamed on Jews, and I'm not here to get the Jews off the hook or any stretch of the imagination. But
they've had plenty of help.
It's a confluence of factors. The destruction of Western civilization, there's a confluence of factors. It's not just the Jews. This theory makes a lot of sense. They're 50% of law schools, they're 50% of medical, they're 50% of managers in corporate America. And when we see it in the, like, think about, even if they were 10% of police chiefs, they literally don't make up 10% of cops. What percentage of cops do you think are women?
Not very many. Maybe 15, 20.
No, I don't even know about that. Let's see. Let me look.
It depends on the location, but a lot of state trooper agencies, it's no more than 5%. I know that much. But local
AI
police
says
might be
13 to 15% of all.
Okay, so
on average.
But every fucking major city, the police chief's a fucking woman. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And a job like that, where it takes a strong man, you gotta.
Not even a badass woman. It's like it's your fucking grandma as the police chief. Like New Orleans is the worst example, man. In a place where it's a job that really needs some vigor.
Yeah. You got,
especially with the type of fun people you guys got down there. Yeah.
Well, seriously, yeah. I mean, there's shootings every day down here.
Yeah.
Not like there aren't in a lot of places, but it's just prolific.
Yeah. I mean, for a city that size, the homicide rate was it's gone down, but it was just insane.
And something like 12 people shot this week already.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it was really bad. It was like 400 in 1 year for a city's less than 500,000.
Yeah, it was murder capital for a long time.
The 90s was like that for everybody and shit. 80s and 90s.
Got 300,000, I think, there in New Orleans, 300, 400,000, something like that. It's not that big of a city as you think.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Wow. So let's get to
Thank you. A couple says they were going to do everything in their power to get the identity of a driver who they say they saw hit and kill a child, then leave the scene. They
salute to my man Barry B. Barry B in the building. Man, make sure you support the channel, man. Support this channel. Support the work we're doing, man. Hit that PayPal, hit that Cash App, put 20 on it, put 30 on it, put 50 on it, put 100 on it. Support this channel, man. I know nobody gonna play that video. That last video we just played, I know you can't see that nowhere else. Okay? They wouldn't even be able to have the patience to dissect that. And salute to the panel, man, because a lot of this stuff is big boy shit that what I mean? Everything ain't silly shit. So, but
it's not all some men shooting each other around here.
Yeah. These women out here destroying men's reputations and shit just out of nature. Like, it's their nature. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't even nothing that you should be fucking surprised by. It's the way they are. Fuck.
DNA.
The driver through 2 counties. And Channel 2's Tom Jones is live tonight in Clayton County. Tom, they had some trouble actually getting the tag number.
That's right, Linda. That accident happened right here on Riverdale Road near Garden Walk. The couple says as they followed the driver, they realized he had a temporary tag and the numbers were very small. But they say they were determined to get that tag and make sure he didn't get away.
Temporary tag, that's the sun, man.
You're looking at video a husband and wife shot as they tried to get the tag number of a driver they say they saw hit a child and kept going. They also were on the phone with 911 and tried to get the driver to pull over.
Why would you hit that little boy and keep going? Why would you hit him and keep going?
The couple did not want us to use their names, but the wife says she was livid.
I was upset. I was highly upset.
Upset after they say they saw a driver hit and kill 10-year-old Caleb Jackson as he tried to cross Riverdale Road near Garden Walk Sunday night. They say the driver kept going in and out of traffic and trying to lose them as they tried to get his attention.
Hitting the horn, beeping, flashing the lights, we was doing all that.
They say they followed him for 30 minutes, all the way into Fulton.
White, the driver white, because he was black, they wouldn't have did all this shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Your driver's white. They did it.
At first, they know better than that.
Yeah, because the hood gonna call this snitching if this was a black guy.
I wanted him to stop.
Police arrested David Blanchard the next day. We were in.
Okay, blacks. You gotta get them people.
Neighbors.
Credit,
Neighbors.
give them credit, man. They did a good thing, man.
They did. That shit was dangerous. That was fucking dangerous for them to do.
Yeah. Very dangerous.
Court when he went before a judge.
You don't have a bond right now, okay?
Your dad don't have a bond.
No, sir.
Caleb's mother thanked the couple for going above and beyond and helping get Blanchard into custody. This Good Samaritan says she didn't do it for any thanks.
It was more so for Caleb. I just wanted somebody to understand that somebody was there for him.
Salute to them.
And Blanchard faces first-degree vehicular homicide and hit and run. Caleb was a fourth grader at Marshall Elementary. His mother says his brother and cousins were with him when he was hit. We're live in Clayton County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Damn.
It's a pretty busy road for a 10-year-old to be crossing in the middle, at night.
Maybe they were water boys. Who knows?
Oh, could be.
Tonight, we have more details from an incident in an Escambia County neighborhood we first told you about yesterday. The Florida Highway Patrol says a postal driver intentionally tried to run down a 10-year-old child. This all happening in the area of Kingfisher Way and Kingfisher Court. That incident happened on December 27th, but troopers did not make an arrest until New Year's Eve. WEAR's Brent Kearney, live from the studio.
Yeah, so the Postal Service says they are actively looking into this and are working to get me more information. But both FHP and neighbors that I spoke to in and around the neighborhood say that postal worker went way too far. Walking in the area of Kingfisher Court, it'll be hard to find something out of the ordinary. But what happened here on December 27th, neighbors had to read to believe. What comes to your mind when you read that?
It's heartbreaking. This is a very quiet neighborhood.
This FHP report states postal driver William White Jr. dropped off a package at a home in the area of Kingfisher Way in Kingfisher Court. A 10-year-old noticed the package was delivered to the wrong home. The report states the 10-year-old got on his scooter with the package to deliver it to the right home. Troopers say Williams thought the child was stealing the package and then purposely drove the Postal Service truck toward the child. Troopers say the child was able to jump off the scooter at the last second and suffered an ankle injury. The child was taken to the Studer Family Children's Hospital in Pensacola for treatment.
This isn't just a simple oops crash with a 10-year-old on the road. This is an intentional act by a United States postal worker trying to run over a 10-year-old.
I think he did go too far. If anything, not to chase the kid, maybe try to find a parent or adult to talk to, because as I read the article, the kid saw the address was just a mistake, and he or she was just trying to help.
The report states White then yelled at the child and grabbed the scooter, which was underneath the postal truck. The report says the parents of the child then tried to confront White. FHP says White dropped the scooter off in a nearby yard and left the scene. 3 days later, after troopers interviewed witnesses, White Jr. was arrested and taken to the Escambia County Jail.
You know, it's amazing what a small conversation would do in a situation rather than jumping straight to your use of force, or putting your hands on somebody, or just really escalating the situation way past where it should have been. It's a 10-year-old on a scooter. It's not a normal porch pirate running up snatching packages that you just dropped off. You know?
And White was
released. Here's the thing. He's a postman. He sees a lot of stuff. We got to respect what he's seen throughout the years to make him have made that judgment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. How many postal workers get run up on and fucking shot and killed?
Yeah. How many times do they see people? Yeah, exactly. Take packages.
Yeah, you didn't cover that. You didn't cover a few stories.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if it's a Sun kid or a White kid. Probably a White kid here, I think. Probably a glider. Because if it wasn't...
people with sons, a lot of those people getting interviewed with sons. At least the one sister we saw get interviewed, she was a son.
Neighbors.
Could be either. Yeah, could be either. But like this would be a big story if it were that, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe it hasn't caught on yet. And people are tired of that shit too. Like that shit don't, you know what I mean?
Don't fly like it used to.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Released from the Escambia County Jail on $5,500 bond. He's now due in court on January 23rd. In the studio, Brent Carney, WEAR News.
Also, I guess he didn't actually hit him.
Right.
Because he tried to hit him.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, racial tensions in Vietnam. What?
Uh-oh. So,
is it because I'm black? Yeah.
People are uniting.
It didn't take a top-level study to find out there is, in fact, growing racial tensions in the armed forces. It's been a reality for as long as it's been real in the United States, and Vietnam is no exception.
It's a fact that it is a growing tension here in Vietnam as well as stateside. You notice it more each day as the black power sign, the clenched fist, and the handshake. You notice it more each day. These people are uniting.
I think it's quite possible that racial tensions might exist in the military and here in Vietnam.
Wow. It never fails. It never. The way Sunman used to talk, just like it's almost like 1,000 years has passed.
Niggas still the same, man. God damn.
Yo, I mean, it's like, think about, you would never hear a Sunman talk like this with that much diction and, you know what I'm saying, like eloquence, you know what I mean, and like dignity. Like that's a real man right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it makes me, pine for that.
Regardless of whatever he's saying, you know what I mean? Whatever he's saying it in a way that you can actually understand what he's saying. Some men, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all, see, whole time. It's like, how did it fall that fast?
But you do get some jive ones on here every now and then.
Even the jive ones sound better.
They do.
Than the ones today.
People are uniting.
I think it's quite possible that racial tensions might exist in the military and here in Vietnam due to the fact that these are the same young black men who were involved in racial problems before coming into the military.
Army Captain Buford Shields from Danville, Illinois. Captain, the Defense Department has just released a report indicating that there are growing racial tensions in the military forces and here in Vietnam. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I read the newspaper account of the story, and it kind of hit me cold in that
the report was something that I didn't really know existed here in Vietnam. I serve on a committee that studies these problems from the
captain in Vietnam.
He looks like a stand-up guy, man.
Think about that. He's a captain. He's a captain. He sounds like he got some sense. It's just like, oh my God, we've been lied to so much about history. Jesus Christ.
Like Congress is asking him about this shit.
Jesus Christ.
Congress is sponsoring a report to, get down to how black people getting treated in Vietnam.
Salute the Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again.
The way you hear some people talk about Vietnam is like the Viet Cong and the U.S. whites ganged up on the blacks there, you know?
Yeah,
I hear that all the time.
Facts. They make it seem like it was like the worst thing.
That's you know what I'm saying, like as
the
blacks on the front line, man.
Right, they were cannon fodder. And Muhammad Ali said, "No Vietnamese ever called me no some word." That's not true.
He's a goddamn lie.
Maybe not you specifically.
No, they definitely call you
8,000 troops that we are responsible for, and never seems to be that there is anything really going to come out of it, as far as I know. Normally, there's only one, maybe two incidents, but again, I feel that that's because the blacks stay together, and there's a white group that's going to be. I don't think that anything will change that because everybody would like to be with their own kind. Well, now I was in Vietnam. I'm in Vietnam now, and before I've been to Germany and to other places in Europe, also in the States. You're driven more together in those environments in that the blacks go to one place and the whites go to another. Where in Vietnam, I think you're forced together so that there's more harmony, and I think understanding helps to ease the problem.
Army Specialist 5th Class John Cheney, San Antonio, Texas. John, the Department of Defense has just issued a statement that there are growing racial tensions in the military forces throughout the world. What's your reaction to something like that?
My reaction to the growing tension of the racial problem here in Vietnam, I think it's a continuation of the racial problem we have in the United States.
What do you think could be done about it, John?
That's a difficult question to answer, but I think people will have to learn to get along with each other.
Marine Staff Sergeant Jim Fairfax from Washington, D.C. Sergeant Fairfax, the Defense Department has just released a report stating that racial tensions do exist in the military forces, especially in the Army, and here in Coven. In your 2 years,
sure that their education to their NCOs and officers work.
Army Sergeant Carlton Coven from Cincinnati, Ohio. Sergeant Coven, in your 2 years in Vietnam, have you noticed an increase or decrease in racial tensions in the military forces?
Well, racial tensions, I would say, have increased.
Yo, all these niggas, you understand, all these Negroes.
Every single one of them.
There would be no way you could talk to three black dudes nowadays and all of them would sound like this.
Rocky in the chat makes a good point too. Everybody sounded a lot more eloquent back then.
True.
But it's so noticeable with the Sun people, though, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. We've fallen the furthest. From this.
I wouldn't exactly know why, but I would say primarily due to the fact that the tensions in the United States have also increased, and the more awareness due primarily to a lot of tensions that are here of the differentiation that is held in troops, between the difference in troops. I understand there is considerable work being done on this, investigation, so forth and so on. Perhaps if they would maybe send down a reprimandum or maybe just an order that there be no more racial tension, since our armed forces follows their orders and regulations so closely, that would possibly end it all.
The Defense Department's reports indicate that if the communications gap between blacks and whites is not closed soon, Growing racial conflict in the military forces will reach explosive proportions.
Okay, here we go. We got a new one right here. We finally got one that's going to sound like goddamn.
Here we go.
Big Brother Rap, one night he got shot. I was in the day room shooting pool, he got shot, and the whole thing came up out of that. Now, that was about the biggest thing we had there.
Oh, who shot him?
It's, a white dude shot him. They moved his trial down to the name someplace, and then they moved it someplace else, And after the trial, they gave him a trial, he got acquitted from the murder charge,
He got to go, too. This little Boosie.
Yeah.
He sound like he got a little South swag,
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he still represents better than some man of his ilk would today.
Yeah, it says Chicago on his hat.
Okay, for the rap.
And gave him a $100 fine for having an illegal weapon. That's wow. There's no excuse. We was in a latrine one night, and this brother now named Spinny, he's short. He was in a latrine, and he heard these two white guys talking. They're cooks, And one said, "Well, we having a party, So when you say you're gonna invite invite some of those niggas over there like that." So Smitty walked up to him and said, "Hey man, I didn't like what you said, and that wasn't right like that." He said, "Well, I wasn't talking about you. You like one of us, Smitty."
They were trying to invite you to the party.
Colonel, why do you believe there is racism here at Camp Baxter?
Oh, man.
Well, I hesitate to use the word racism. I think that the Army has sometimes been looked upon as a subculture when really it's a microcosm of the USA. We have prejudice in the USA, despite laudatory attempts to dispel it. Many people are born into it. They're raised with it. And when we transpose
this one right here.
Headquarters unit where we do the end process and the people coming into the country, and it seems as though to keep the racial problem down, to keep the ratio down. Like I'm in a company of about 150, and there's about 6 to 9 blacks in the company.
And 6 or 9 out of 100.
Out of 100, and that's the way they keep the ratio problem down. In the 80th group, they have the same thing. Like they keep them all grouped kind of together, Like when something comes down, they know exactly where to go. At least they think they know exactly where to go most of the time.
What are some of the examples of the problems that are most prevalent here?
Well, there's a lot of dope frames. They figure if they can frame you on a dope, they get a lot of discharges out of that and things like that. Try to say you wasn't doing your duty or something like that. All they had to do is get another man to lie. Just like that, you're gone. Undesirable. Forfeiture pay, maybe time, anything, something like that.
When the command says they're trying to do something about racial tensions, do you believe them? Do you believe they're actually interested in doing something about it?
It sounds funny to me. It sounds like it's just another rap session, something for them to keep themselves busy and try to calm us down, to let us know to say they're thinking about it, But really, there's just something they just sit on their desk and slide aside, and pretty soon the clerk come by and put it in a garbage can and forget about it. So that's about it.
Is there racism here at Camp Baxter?
Well, there is a few problems that we have. Among the blacks, from what I've seen around the CO and some personal commanders, the people don't seem to understand that the blacks still have a problem. Well as over here in Vietnam as in the States. We're becoming more and more close together, which all blacks should be, and that the problems that we do have, there's little action taken for them.
Do you think the problems are more aggravated here because you're in Vietnam than the problems in the States?
No, I wouldn't actually say so. The problems here that we have, like say for instance in the field, I just got out of the field about 21 days ago, and there were a few problems that we had out there. There are kind of personal problems which should be looked into.
What kind of problems were these?
Well, we had one, for instance, where one black was mistreated on account of a drug addiction. That's one of the main problems that we have over among the blacks.
One of the main problems is drug addiction?
Yes, that's definitely one of the problems that we have.
What's your thoughts?
At least he's being honest.
Yeah, that's true. Facts.
It seems like these brothers are well put together than brothers nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I got respect for these guys.
Yeah, and they grew up in their. This is before busing, so they went to their own schools, and they lived in their own neighborhoods, and they went to their own movie theaters, and they went to their own establishments. This is before desegregation and before busing.
This is before the white liberal woman. The white liberal woman still was in charge back then too, because there's the ones that was in charge of all that bullshit, busing kids in, and black folks into the white neighborhoods and shit, trying to fuck shit up. Same shit going on today, man. They did back in the days, man. Motherfuckers getting bitten by dogs and shit. That was because of white liberal women. Same shit today was the same shit back in the days. Like you said, we had our own establishments, our own schools, but they brought us to these neighborhoods, to these white neighborhoods. It's just
And
like
then lower
Boston.
those standards so that, like, you
Exactly.
know,
That's the one.
oh,
That's the
you can't
way.
read, but fuck it, we're gonna pass you anyway.
Yeah, but these brothers did fine. I'm sure that these brothers the same IQ level as the Sun Man now, the same acumen as the Sun Man now. They just you didn't have hip hop. Okay, you didn't have hip hop, but you still had gangsters back then. You still had streets. We all know that. We all know Bumpy Jump. We all know about all that shit, right? It was still the same. All these guys on drugs. They probably were on drugs back when they were in Chicago and Cincinnati and DC. You know what I'm saying? But they still just represent themselves. The standard of presenting yourself was much higher. I guess a lot of people say, well, you had fathers in the home. Yeah, I mean, maybe that there's some credence to that. But it's just so far we feel. You would never see 6 or 7 Sunmen talking a road now and no you know what I'm saying?
You go to like a little ass town in Louisiana, and they're like, "Well, I think the problem is that with the current administration, I believe that there are some problems in Bogalusa."
Right. These guys are.
Hear me.
Yeah, these guys are very impressive. But I think we're gonna break it right here. He looked like a bad seed, man. This guy looked like a bad seed, man.
Since you've been in Vietnam?
So far, no, I haven't. Like I just new in country. I only been here for about a month and 2 weeks. And here, by being here is a great experience. Compared to what's back in the stateside. So like everyone is coming closer together here, for as far as I have seen.
When you say everyone's coming closer together, you mean that the blacks here are getting closer together?
And the whites, we both are.
Together, blacks and whites are getting closer together.
And some that don't want to communicate, and there's some that is, But the blacks it's more righteousness here. Seems like.
Is there any evidence that you've seen of racism at all?
Yes, I have. Like the other day, I have. Like there was one black and one white that was fighting, and like this white guy he said that one day he want to try and fight him, try him out. And so one day, we was all in the room talking and laughing, playing records, and all of a sudden he called him boy. Get out of the room, boy. There's a lot of that boy going around, And so he said, don't be call me boy. So he said, well, look here, boy. You get out of the room, push them, and then this didn't start swinging. And that's about the first thing I ever seen, the first time.
In examples such as this, what is the command's response usually?
Well, mostly like we just forget
I
about
had no idea that the reporter was a Southern man too. I thought it was a white guy. This is the first time I actually see the reporter, man. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but that's look at this one right here. I know he don't know how to talk. Look at him, goddamn.
Alabama.
What's his name? Fucking C Murder and shit. Motherfucking C Murder out this bitch.
Vietnam.
If you're talking personally, no, I haven't. There have been cases that I've heard about, and a couple of cases I witnessed, but as to having foundation or standard proof, no, I can't say there is.
What type of racism have you witnessed here in Vietnam?
Well, I guess it's basically the same thing as going on in the States. You got different people.
All these niggas' hair is perfectly done too. I haven't seen one afro that
no mop heads. Although this is the army.
Look at all of them are perfect circles and shit.
This is the Army, though, right? So it would be
Don't keep it shit
cut.
tight.
Esri,
Don't
the
keep it
back.
tight.
Yeah, yes. What's up, Esri? What's your thoughts?
No, I agree with what you guys are saying. I think they're very well spoken. They're very well groomed and all that. I mean, you have the occasional stuntman who jive talks and all that other stuff, but I can't help but wonder that even though these stuntmen look well kempt and well spoken, they still have that stunt nature. I mean, there were still ethnic tensions and whatnot going on in the military, and who's to say that a lot of what these Sun people are saying is like, oh man, it's some white boys, they're the ones starting shit and all that.
Yeah, we know that's not
But
true. We know that it wasn't. But yeah, I believe you on that they're not being accurate with who started the fight. I was never thinking that. I mean, come on, man.
By the way, I just want to let you know I posted a link to a YouTube video on why US. It's a documentary. It's like 12-minute video on Vice on crime and violence.
Vice gets the shadow taken down.
Oh, okay.
Vice is.
Maybe you can watch it in your own time, or yeah.
Okay.
You should put it in back chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That was deep though. That was deep. Okay. So this is how they got their hair like that.
I want a super fro.
Get the blowout kit.
How about an afro puff?
Get the blowout kit.
And for a
Yo, this is debunking the Crown Act already. Niggas used to go to work with it. Because remember they said you couldn't wear African style hair and shit back in the day?
Yeah.
We need the Crown Act in 2025.
Yeah,
so for cornrow.
Afro Sheen's blowout kit makes your hair soft.
Huh?
Where they passing that? What
everywhere.
Was
it was Philadelphia.
Oh shit.
Texas. No, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro, he actually signed that. He actually went on the news about it, like it was some monumental event or whatever.
But black people have been lying, like you were talking about. Like black people have been doing a lot of lying. I mean, we can't go to work with our hair surgery, and everybody's like, "Wait a second." Every week, these sisters got a different hairstyle. Niggas got dreads, mohawks,
Jerry curls.
I got dreads, and I had dreads for a while, man. I ain't never had a problem at work. No job.
I've never heard of any Crown Act bullshit. I mean, ever in my life.
If anything, the hairstyles were way more exaggerated back then.
Yeah.
Softer, more lustrous, and easier to manage. Makes any style look better. And don't forget...
Yo, that's like the Black Princess Leia down there.
Holy shit.
Afro Sheen's conditioner and hairdress. The best for conditioning and highlighting your hair.
And what do you want?
Nothing I can't get from Afro Sheen. Afro Sheen's blowout kit and conditioner and hairdress. Johnson's Afro Sheen, the largest selling products in the natural world.
I know a white dude probably.
There you go. Look at that.
I know a glider probably own that company, goddamn.
Oh yeah, if not then, definitely by now. Oh yeah, without a doubt. A Jewish guy owned that company.
Yeah.
Or Asian probably.
Definitely, and even then probably did. I would even say then, yeah. Wow, look at this shit. She is secretary somewhere. She made it more. She made it more.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That throw fire though.
Yeah, no doubt. But these are the type of boomers. These the type of boomers that be lying to us about. It wasn't no black people on TV back in the day. I couldn't even I couldn't go to work with my hair. I had to fry and dye my hair just to get a job. They lied to us today about everything. As we see.
I mean, even then, like when you see pictures of the 70s and videos and all that stuff on the news or like documentaries, they walk out, like all black people walked out with their hair like that. And you're telling me none of them had jobs or none of them had any of that shit?
The news anchor on the news had this shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, now that you really think about it, they just lie in plain sight. But like,
nobody can call it, and like that woman said, like what wokeness has done, you don't debate things anymore. Like if somebody's upset about something, they just cancel the person who made them upset. Whereas in the past, you could be like, "Hey, wait a second, man. I was what about afros in the 70s? If you couldn't wear African style hair, how come everybody had afro in the 70s? How come fucking black congressmen and black motherfucking like news reporters had
Basketball
afros?
players, everybody had goddamn
Everybody had
afro.
afro. But
Football
now,
players, tennis, golf.
yeah, try saying that now. Well, not now, but before, in the previous, like last year or a year before. Try being a white person and saying that.
That motherfucker brought that to
What's
work.
happening?
He brought that
A natural explosion from Afro Sheen.
A natural. My man at the water cooler.
Yeah, look, bro brought that to work. Yo, look here, man.
That's crazy.
Not only can you do it at the office, but they're advertising it at the office.
What's happening?
A natural explosion from Afro Sheen.
A natural what?
The new Afro Sheen blowout kit.
Yeah, it gets rid of tangles and leaves your fro fuller and fluffier.
But how about styling?
Afro Sheen's new blowout kit makes your fro easier to style, conditions it too, and you get everything you need along with easy to follow instructions.
So if the fluffy blowout's your thing, do it with our thing.
The new Afro Sheen blowout kit.
It could rock your world.
Commercials used to be really on the nose.
The secret of every great look is a great hairstyle. And great hairstyles begin with Ultra Sheen. Start with Permanent Cream Relaxer. It's the gentle relaxer that makes that great hairstyle less than a wish away. Then there's Ultra Sheen Cream Shampoo and shampoo concentrate with protein. They pamper your hair. Rinse and set, the cream rinse and setting lotion combined. Conditioner and hairdress for natural looking highlights. And for the finishing touch, Ultra Sheen Holding Hairspray with protein built right in. They all leave your hair so soft and manageable that changing your hairstyle is as easy as changing your mind. Ultra Sheen Hair Cosmetics, they could be the start of something great.
Haven't you forgotten something?
Say who were... Hey, aren't you Frederick Douglass? Yeah, we studied about you in school yesterday, about how you were a slave and how you took your own freedom, and then began to fight for freedom and dignity for all our people. Say, but what did I forget?
Are you going to go out into the world with your hair looking like that?
Well, Mr. Douglas, you know, times have changed. We wear the natural now.
You call that a natural? That's a mess. I've been watching the progress of our people, and I'm quite familiar with the natural. And I'm also aware that it is worn as an outward expression of pride and dignity. So haven't you forgotten?
Right. My Afro Sheen comb easy and hairspray for Sheen. You know, I can dig this getting my fro together.
My sentiments almost exactly.
Well, how's this, Mr. Douglas? Mr. Douglas?
This would be called respectability politics, and black people would be losing their minds over this.
This is such a weird, like, wild commercial, really.
Salute to Eric S., man. Eric S. in the building. Yeah, this is, I mean, it makes sense, though. You ever see that meme of Martin Luther King?
It was started by a black man. This product was started by a black. This product was started by a black man, and I think right now it's like, by his family probably has it now. Johnson's.
It's just it was owned by a black company, or it's a black company then.
Black owned. Yeah, it was a black owned.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, but just a wild commercial. Fucking the dude's hallucinating Frederick Douglass, who comes in and says, "Your hair's jacked up, my brother."
Yeah, man. Conduct yourself with some. Go out in public. Conduct yourself with some.
Get your fro straight, my brother.
No, this is black people would lose their minds today if somebody did that. It would be protests. That company would be like boycotted. The black reverends, all the black reverends would be like, we don't respectability politics. Why we gotta look right for the white man? Fuck the white man. We get to wear whatever we want. And you did, but Frederick Douglass just thinks that you need
I
to.
think it's a great commercial. You know, it's appealing to what's wrong with it, really? It would totally be offensive today. You could definitely not do this today. Or
yeah, you couldn't tell you can't tell black people nothing.
Man, ain't nobody gonna believe this.
Wow.
Excuse me.
You want to talk about public transportation?
No, your hair. Hey, it looks great.
Come on.
Oh
No, I'm not
God,
putting it.
she just got off the podium like a congresswoman. Jesus Christ, the Crown Act. When I gotta chop this up quick, man. We gonna kill the Crown Act, man.
is this still Hezekiah?
No, your
Yeah,
hair.
no, this is Real Black.
Oh, okay.
Real Black.
Looks great. Come on. No, I'm not putting it on. Really, it's my job. Tell me, how do you do it?
Ultra Sheen, protein shampoo concentrate, and condition and hairdress.
Is that it?
Ultra Sheen works. I don't like to shampoo every day, and with Ultra Sheen shampoo, I don't have to. And the conditioner keeps my hair from going back.
Thank you.
Hey, just a minute.
Yeah?
Don't forget to vote.
Introducing the newest member of our proud Afro Sheen family. With cocoa butter from the motherland. It's new Afro Sheen hand and body lotion. For hands and bodies.
Come on, man. You
For
know
your
we gotta stay
fingers,
soft.
wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles too. For all of you, wherever you want softer, smoother, younger looking skin. Afro Sheen hand and body lotion contains Mother Africa's prize skin softener, cocoa butter. Cocoa butter combines with other oils and moisturizers in a special skin softening formula with just the right amount of lemon fragrance for a fresh, clean smell. So cream on softness and smooth away ash and dryness. Like all the beautiful Afro Sheen products, it's for both of you. Naturally.
Ripped off. I bet my brother's behind this. Uh-huh. Using my Afro Sheen hand and body lotion, huh?
How do you figure it's yours?
Doesn't it contain cocoa butter from the motherland?
Yeah, so?
So it's for sisters.
What?
Well, if it was for brothers, wouldn't it be from the fatherland?
Very funny.
Look how soft and smooth it leaves my skin. It creams away ash and dryness from my fingers, elbows. Hey!
I don't like ash either. The way it softens my rough hands, it must be for brothers.
That lemony fragrance? Honey, it's for sisters.
But it's not perfumey, Joyce. It smells fresh and clean. It's for brothers, all right.
Sisters.
Brothers.
Sisters.
Brothers.
Sisters.
Brothers.
Afro Sheen hand and body lotion with cocoa butter. It's for both of you, naturally.
Wow. All right. Well, so
shit.
I feel like this commercial is saying something else too.
What do you mean?
This is like saying something about the relation between black women and black men.
Yeah.
What about it? Not black. What do you think? It's what?
It's contentious.
Oh yeah, true.
Dr. Seth, please.
Doctor,
Yes.
I need your help.
Well, take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning.
No, it's about your hair. It really looks fantastic. Tell me, what is your prescription?
There's no prescription. I use Ultra Sheen Permanent Cream Relaxer.
Oh, Ultra Sheen really works.
Black women was doing so much
nice,
shit with their hair.
all of them look nice. I will say that. They all look nice.
Well, take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning.
No, it's about your hair. It really looks fantastic. Tell me, what is your
That
prescription?
goes to show us how we brainwashed to see women with straight hairs looking better, because all those other sisters look good too. They just had afros. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, no bullshit.
We not used to seeing a woman with an afro. Our brains missed her, because in the 70s, all them girls was getting dick thrown their way all day long. You know what I'm saying? All the girls with afros.
Fuck sure. And that shit was a thing
No
back then. That was a
prescription. I
shit
use
back then to
Ultra
have
Sheen permanent.
natural big afro hair, or you got your shit in a ponytail, but this your natural hair. That was a shit.
The cream relaxer.
Oh, Ultra Sheen really works, huh?
Yeah. It goes on cool and relaxes my hair, keeps it soft and manageable. Yeah, it works.
So I noticed.
So I noticed.
I want a super fro.
Get the blowout kit.
How about an afro puff?
Get the blowout kit.
And for
Yeah,
a
like her, she cute as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
soulful cornrow.
Afro Sheen's blowout kit makes your hair softer, more lustrous, and easier to manage. Makes any style look better. And don't forget
Some man
Afro
was
Sheen's
eating
conditioner and hair
on
dress,
products,
the best for
knowing that
conditioning and
nigga
highlighting your
hustle.
hair.
And what do you want?
Nothing I can't get from Afro Sheen. Do you keep it looking so good?
Ultra Sheen, relaxer and conditioner and hair dress.
Why Ultra Sheen?
It works. The relaxer goes on cool while it really relaxes my hair. And the conditioner and hair dress protects against moisture so my hair doesn't go back.
It looks great.
Thanks. See anything else you like?
I dig your sculpture.
Hey, Ark, I know you remember those products back in the days, man.
I couldn't wear it
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Sheen and shit. The green shit in the bottom.
That pink.
But I just want to say something right now, too. I think everybody looked good back then. I mean, you look at pictures in the 70s, 60s, people weren't fat, they weren't obese, you know, any of that other stuff. I think, like, you know, it has to do with a lot of the additives that they put in our food and shit. I'm like, you gotta admit, the world has become a lot more toxic.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And
These people do look
the drugs are more
pure.
pure, too.
Yeah, drugs. Yeah, everybody's on
But
prescription
Mama,
drugs.
you look younger in the natural.
You will look younger with your beautiful natural hair, so why not do it?
Like,
And do it
these
right
women, a black woman wouldn't come out. Yo, if you to get a black woman to come out the house looking like this, you would literally have to like drug her or beat her and bound her and gag her to get her to come out the house with that hairstyle. That shit got to be fried, dyed, or got to be covered up.
It'd be
or
like a few of them. It'd be like a few of them girls that be like on that level of like the crystals and vibes and shit, vibrations, and they talk that shit. It'd be some of those girls that wear the fro and all that shit.
But they'll have it like in a bun or something. They ain't gonna have it just in the afro. This shit right here, like this, you gonna find like 1 in a million. You know what I'm saying? Like they ashamed that we and listen, it didn't come out of nowhere, but over time, black people became ashamed of the way their hair looks when it's, you know, in its natural form. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it was always there. I'm sorry, bro, but like in the 60s and 50s, like they would conk their hair. You know what conking is? They put lion hair. Mostly the performers and all that other stuff. So I mean, they got
this period. This is the 70s. So this is like after, this is the Black Power era, right? So yeah, right after this, the 80s come to Jerry curl. So it's like I'm not acting like this was forever, but in this period, it was like, you know what I'm saying? The 70s.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean the Jerry curl gonna come in and niggas will be walking around with fucking greasy ass fucking shit and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's only like what 80s, early 80s, right?
Yeah.
In the 90s.
80s. Jerry curls came in like in the
Afro
80s
Sheen.
and shit.
Nothing gives you tangle-free styling like Afro Sheen Comb Easy Conditioner. And for a fro that's really laying, use Afro Sheen Hairspray for Sheen. Dynamite. A younger look is yours with the natural. A beautiful natural is yours with Johnson's Afro Sheen, the largest selling products in the natural world.
If you're buying hormone hair dressings because you think they can grow hair, you might as well do this with your money. Ultra Sheen wants you to know the truth. And the truth is, no hormone hair dressings, creams, or tonics of any kind can grow hair. New Ultra Sheen Protein Cream Conditioner penetrates the hair shaft to give your hair more bounce and body. Makes your hair look healthier and feel silky soft. Put your money on something that works. New Ultra Sheen Protein Cream Conditioner. It works.
Flight 232. Now arriving.
Excuse me, miss. Could I talk to you a minute?
Yeah, I guess so. What about?
Say, your hair really looks great.
Thank you.
Tell me, what do you do to keep it looking so good?
Well, I use Ultra Sheen Conditioner and Hairdress, and I use Ultra Sheen Holding Hairspray, too.
Any special reason?
It works. The conditioner and hairdress keeps my hair from going back, and the hairspray really holds, even on long trips.
This stuff really works, huh?
You stopped me, didn't you?
Wow.
I am Ska, master of the supernatural. Through time and space, I bring you a gift of natural power and control. Afro Sheen conditioner and hairdress to help repel the demons of dryness. Spray for sheen to unveil the radiance of your natural. Blowout kit to bring your natural out of the ordinary. Afro Sheen products, the cosmetic forces behind the supernatural.
Jesus Christ. All right. Oh, man. Yo, it's so interesting, man, seeing black folk back in the day, man. Wow. Salute to T.R. McCoy, man. He said, shout out to Aka and the Nation, man. Shout out to you, bro. T.R. McCoy in the building. So interesting seeing black folk, man. Salute to Anthony Madison. He said, what's the story with the shower caps? I think the shower caps was I messed that up. Because that right there, you don't want to get that wet. That shit gonna shrivel up. Black hair shrivels up when it gets wet.
I see 3 kids. Alphabets.
Sure, it's part of a good breakfast.
Look at how handsome their family was. These were some handsome boys, man. These boys look like my son and shit.
I see 3 kids.
Is that the Jackson 5?
Yeah. It's the Jacksons, man.
Sure.
They were some good-looking kids, man. They all fucking fucked their shit up because they didn't like the way they looked.
Yeah, suffer with the surgeries and shit.
It's part of a good breakfast.
Smart kid.
What's new, Jackson 5? And your alphabets are C. Bike decorations and alphabets. I'm gonna put color on my wheels. Mine's for the handlebars. How do they look? Beautiful. Hey, look at my great handlebars. One bike decoration in each specially marked box to post alphabets.
Mrs. Burns, I love working in your shop. But in the mornings, you have bad breath. You need Scope mouthwash. First thing in the morning, and your breath will really be fresh. That's it. I'll tell her about Scope.
Good morning.
Mrs. Burns.
Oh, you use Scope, too. I just tried Scope, and my breath feels just wonderful. From now on, it's Scope in the morning, every morning. Ah, good girl.
I live in a 4th-floor apartment, and this laundry room is in the basement. I was tired of racing down to catch rinse cycles. Then I discovered Bounce, the new fabric softener that works in the dryer. The Bounce Touch means my husband's pajamas are soft, socks don't cling, shirts smell fresh.
My pajamas are soft. My socks don't cling. My shirts smell fresh.
My friend who lives on the 5th floor dragged heavy bottles of liquid fabric softeners up and down. Then I told her about Bounce.
The Bounce Touch means my daughter's blouses are soft, nighties don't cling, towels smell fresh.
My blouses are soft. My nighties don't cling. My towels smell fresh.
My friend who lives on the 3rd floor never used a fabric softener, and I told her about Bounce.
The Bounce Touch means my son's jeans are soft, socks don't cling, jackets smell fresh.
My jeans are soft. My socks don't cling. My jacket smells fresh.
Discover the Bounce Touch, new from Procter & Gamble.
Wow.
And you know what they say, like, oh, we weren't allowed on TV and all of that shit. They're on all these kinds of commercials with whites.
She was the first one on. She was the first black couple. Was the first one.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, and look, they had so much more class back then.
I'm telling you, man. Look at this shit.
Discover the Bounce Touch, new from Procter & Gamble.
I'll never blow my horn again. This pizza, the noise, the stew, my head is turning, my stomach is churning. Oh, Sam, what can I do?
When you eat and play beyond moderation,
You need Alka-Seltzer for sound orchestration. Alka-Seltzer speeds relief to your aching head and upset stomach.
It's the sound of fast relief.
Flop, flop, fizz, fizz. Ooh, what a relief it is. Fast, fast.
Wow. Wow. But listen to the type of music they're listening to, like fucking jazz and shit, you know?
Music that actually took real skill, you know?
Yeah.
Listen to jazz and doing heroin and shit.
Yeah, definitely drugs and shit. Like definitely white women. Sammy was married to a white woman. I mean, they had all, but they just presented different.
Sooner or later, you're going to try White Owl, and when you do, we got you. Maybe we'll get you with the Great White Owl flavor for the mildness, or one of the Great White Owl shapes, like this, New Yorker.
Bill Cosby advertising White Owls. What the fuck? You know how many White Owls I smoked and never knew that Bill Cosby used to endorse that shit? Because when I came along, like, shit, they didn't have commercials for White Owls.
Nah, they probably had commercials, but we wasn't seeing them shits.
Shit, White Owls. Oh, man. What was the other one? It was Blunts, Philly Blunts. What was it?
Philly Blunts.
Philly Blunts.
Dutch Masters.
White Owls.
Dutch
White
Masters. Dutch Masters.
Garcia
That's it.
Vegas.
Oh, yeah, Garcia Vegas. But I was a Dutch Master guy. Oh, man, I love the Dutches.
People use that just to roll weed, you know what I mean? They don't even smoke the tobacco.
No, you take the dump the guts
Oh, the
out.
glider shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They use it for weed. They use it for papers.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Also,
talking about.
gliders smoked the tobacco. We was getting that shit.
They smoked the cigar. Those
Yeah,
are cigars, man. Those any cigar that I would smoke was a nice cigar. It was like something you buy from like a cigar shop. So never smoke one of these. Hell no, man. Hell fucking no.
You know we're going to get you. It's only a matter of time. And then we're going to get him, White Owl. We're going to get him.
I ask myself, Brett, which ballpark Frank pumps more, the beef or original? Any fool can tell you it's the beef. Fool, who's a fool? Just my luck to ask a fool. The original pumps more. Don't tell me the beef pumps more. It's the original, because I'm the original dummy. You're the original dummy, all right, and it's the beef.
Hey, fella, we just want to know which pumps more.
Listen, one dummy around here's enough. Right, dummy?
High grades, ballpark Franks. They plump when you cook them.
Wow, you got Sammy Davis, Bill Cosby, Red Fox, plenty of black stars fucking doing commercials.
Want a cold capsule, Eddie?
Baby, that capsule's just for head colds. I'm also coughing. My throat is scratchy. I feel achy. I need some rest. I want
NyQuil.
NyQuil.
Vicks NyQuil, nighttime cold medicine, relieves more major cold symptoms than the leading capsule. Relieves them for hours, so it lets you get the rest you need.
You treat me like a king, Laurie.
You got a cold tonight? Put NyQuil to work.
Wow.
That's my Annie.
Oh my God! Listen, you had a lot of black stars in this era that was supposed to. Jesus Christ, man! The lies. And here's the thing: unless you're a member of this channel, even if you're a member of other niggas' channels on YouTube that are conservative, or that are based, or that are, you know what I mean, cover, not liberal, right? Let's just say not liberal, right? They don't know this shit. This is only a few people know this shit. Because even the people who subscribe to these channels like Hezekiah and Real Black, when they look at these videos, they look at it like, oh man, they racist. Like they would look at that last Vietnam video like, oh man, look how bad they treated us. Or they would look at the Afro Sheen like, oh man, they make us look like clowns in commercials, man. You know what I'm saying? They would see something. They would search, like I tell my wife, you always searching for the thorn in the rose. Every rose you look for a thorn in it. That's how niggas are when they watch these shit. So they don't see it from the same lens as we see it. They probably not seeing, oh man, all these black dudes had commercials back in the day. They probably thinking like, man, they just gave him that shit just to shut us up, man. You know what I'm
real
saying?
shit. And it's like the way it was like when they taught us shit back in the day. It's like they made it seem like motherfuckers wasn't eating. Like black people was just like we were just. I swear to God, like we wasn't shit. Like we didn't have nothing. We were just fucking poor and just fucked up. I swear to God, like my whole
Yeah,
life when I was young, I thought like black people wasn't shit because they told us we wasn't shit. But
you
now
ain't
we seen all
lying.
this shit. It's like what the fuck? Like we was doing all right. We was,
We was
I
all
mean,
right,
like
motherfucker. We was good. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. I thought being black, man, back in them days, man, I thought it was just like every story that those Vietnam soldiers told about a white dude saying some shit they didn't like, that white dude immediately got punched on. You notice that?
Yeah, I know.
Immediately. I thought that a white dude could say that shit and just like, the black dude would be like, "Yo, yes, a boss.
Perspirant keep me dry. No, sir. You don't do what I do and stay dry.
If your antiperspirant doesn't do what you hired it to, fire yours and hire ours. Right Guard antiperspirant. Get the drying agent that really helps keep you dry. Stops odor too.
Well, it depends on the day. On easy days, I'm dry, but on days like today, forget it.
Then fire yours and hire ours. Ours is Right Guard.
Grab a bucket and mop. Scrub the bottom and top. There is nothing so clean as my burger machine. With a broom and a brush.
Why the black dude got a broom, man?
A broom and
they
a
making
brush.
us look like clowns and shit.
Clean it up for the rush. Before you open the door, or to shine on the floor. When we finish one then, start all over again. Tell me what does it mean? At McDonald's it's clean. You deserve a break today. So get up and get away to McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's.
Wow. 1971.
Hi, I'm Rocky Alberti. There's a lot of things you can eat at Jack in the Box. This is a Jack steak sandwich, and these are pretty delicious too. And this is a taco. This is an onion ring. There might be 10,000 things at Jack in the Box. Pack up the kid, break up the car, to Jack in the Box. Come as you like, come as you are, to Jack in the Box. Mrs. Butterworth?
Yes?
How come you taste so good?
Oh, that's Tootie. Kim Fields. Living single.
Single.
In the 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got
I keep your head up. What? That's right.
That's her, man. Wow. When she's a little girl. That's her ass, man.
No bullshit. I remember this
My
commercial.
syrup is very
I remember this
thick and
commercial.
rich.
Thick and rich?
Just watch. See how the leading syrup just runs over this stack? While Mrs. Butterworth takes her own sweet time. Now, my syrup's got to be thick to pour this slowly. Truth is, Mrs. Butterworth's is twice as thick as the other syrup. Thick and rich and...
Mrs. Butterworth, I love you.
Oh.
Wow.
Ed, these teeth are all marked for cavities. My name is Mr. Tooth Decay. This is a tube of Crest. I had these teeth all marked for cavities, and they were just right for it, too. They were feasting on treats. They weren't going to see their dentist, and they weren't brushing with a fluoride toothpaste like Crest, because Crest helps the enamel fight cavities.
Why? Why did you have to show up?
Because fighting cavities is the whole idea behind Crest.
Cosby always
anytime you want it. It's the cool life that you like to have around. It's the cool
This is Rufus Thomas with a brand new dance. I'm talking about the bullseye. Flip smart liquor bullseye. Y'all ready? Here we go. Raise your right leg, then you put it down. Move your left leg forward and your body too. Do what comes natural when the bull's after you. Now you move your head from side to side. Get six more liquor and do the bullseye. Yeah, yeah. Look out for the bull. Six more liquor bull. Nobody makes more liquor like Slits. Nobody makes more liquor like Slits. Nobody.
They had to literally put his ass in danger to have to shoot the scene. He said he had special effects back in them days. They literally had to have a real bull fucking run up in there on his head. I had never heard of this guy before. He must have been a star in the 70s. I'd never heard of this guy a day in my life. What was his name? Billy Thompson? Rufus Thomas. Have you ever heard of him?
I haven't.
Familiar. He looks
You
familiar.
heard
I
of
don't
him?
remember his name. He looks familiar. I don't remember his name, but he looks very familiar.
He was an American rhythm and blues, funk, souls, and blues singer, songwriter, dancer, DJ, and comic entertainer from Memphis, Tennessee. Damn. I'd never heard of this Negro a day in my life. Not a day in my life. That's crazy. Oh, do the funky chicken. That's what he came with that song. Do the funky chicken. Okay,
Yeah, I told you he looked very familiar. Told you he looked very familiar.
Wow. Okay. I didn't, I still didn't know that was his ass, but whatever.
Real jazzy flavor, sort of wakes you up in the morning.
What happens when people taste natural grape nut cereal for the first time?
It's chewy. It tastes like crunchy nuts.
It has a natural flavor.
It's delicious.
And wholesome.
I like nutritiousness. That's what I like.
Grape Nuts is the natural cereal with a nutty taste people like, and it's fortified
Well,
with
you
vitamins.
niggas are some lie. These niggas, these boomers, they going to hell. Like, God gonna be like, when they go to heaven, God gonna be like, hey man, listen, we have a long talk about all the lies you told. You say the next generation of niggas, man. I done took you Negroes out of fucking segregation and all this shit, and all y'all did was lie to the next generation about how bad you had it. I thought when we came along, we was the first niggas on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. I'm like we cracked the code and shit.
Right.
Like we the next ones up and shit.
Right. I thought we was doing something. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When I was young, not now, but when I was young, I thought the Cosby Show, like they made it seem like it was just a big deal. Like the Cosby Show, like it was a black.
I swear to
family.
God, listen. I till this day, me and my family, my girl, I tell her to this day because she's a little younger than me. So I be telling her about the Cosby, how he used to like run the channels and shit. I'm like, yo, that they made that like that was the biggest thing for black people. Like the Cosby's like that was it for us at least. The Cosby was the biggest.
Shit, crazy, man.
It's really good. Oh, I'd buy this. Yes, I'd definitely buy this. I like it.
What a doll.
Crazy
Slept
man.
through the whole party.
Well, it could be the Pampers.
Pampers?
Sure, even when he wets, his bottom stays drier.
Well, how can that be?
Here's how. Moisture goes through Pampers Stay Dry lining and is absorbed in the padding below. The lining helps keep wetness from coming back on baby, so baby stays drier. Outside, Pampers are waterproof.
And no cloth diapers to wash. You have any extras? I'll need them if I ever have this baby.
Pampers, for drier, happier babies.
Oh, golly, Charmin's so squeezably soft, it's irresistible. Hey, you better not let Mr. Whipple catch you squeezing the Charmin. Oh, don't worry about Mr. Whipple. No? He's homesick with a cold. He is. Squeeze the Charmin. Oh, it is so squeezably soft.
They're squeezing the Charmin. They're squeezing the Charmin.
George, the doctor told you to forget about the store.
Forget? How can I forget?
Think about it. He don't got a TV, CCTV in his house. He got to watch the store through fucking telescope and shit. That's crazy.
Even if he did have CCTV, he would have to go over there personally and replay the video on VHS.
You got to do a telescope. What the fuck?
The store.
Forget? How can I forget? Oh, look at him.
Oh, what a great chance to squeeze Charmin. I can't resist it. Charmin's so squeezably soft. Deep down squeezably soft. It's irresistible. Soft fragrance, too. Oh, if Mr. Whipple could see us now.
Ladies, please don't squeeze the Charmin. Thought I was sick, huh? Next time you think about squeezing Charmin, remember, you'll never get away with it.
Neither will you, Mr. Whipple.
Right. Oh,
why he take it from the black lady and not the white lady? Why he ain't take the white lady Charmin? Huh? Racist motherfucker.
Please don't squeeze the Charmin. Thought I was sick, huh? Next time you think about squeezing Charmin, remember, you'll never get away with it.
Neither will you, Mr. Whipple.
Look at it. Why you want to take the black lady shit? You know what I mean?
Charmin bathroom.
White lady left for hers.
So squeezably soft, it's irresistible.
Crazy, man.
Hi, I'm Mr. Tooth Decay, and I'm in training. Crest
Yo,
Bites
Bill
Cavities,
Cosby was a mega star, yo.
I'm telling you, he's dominated the talk. I'm telling you, he ran it up, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Yo, my man is a superstar, yo. Like straight up super duper star.
to fight Crest. You see, Crest helps tooth enamel to fight cavities. Crest got fluoride, and Crest is always telling people to watch the treats, have checkups, and brush often with Crest. And there's a lot of healthy teeth out there, but I'm
boxing gloves used to have no pad.
Motherfuckers used to give you straight knuckles and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Knuckle sandwiches all day, goddamn.
Then you watch out, Crest.
Them niggas, them boxers in those days, man, they was a different breed, man. You can't even compare. Like the gloves nowadays, they so big. If you get the clinch, you can't even get your arm out of the. If a dude closes his arm on your hand, you can't even get that motherfucker out, right? The gloves today big as your fucking head. It's fucking crazy.
Real shit.
Them dudes back in the days was gladiators. God damn.
Fighting cavities is the whole idea behind Crest.
I never used the fabric softener until my daughter told me about Bounce. It works in the dryer. Now our clothes get the bounce touch. The bounce touch means my husband's bathrobe's really soft.
My bathrobe's really soft.
It sure is. Bounce touch controls static, so clothes are easier to sort. Clothes are easier to sort. I told you. And everything smells clean and fresh. Everything smells clean and fresh. The bounce touch means it's easy for me to do many nice things for my family.
Hey, Tony, it's us. Got the alphabets? We got the alphabet. 2 alphabets coming up. Can't wait. At last. A slider puzzle in alphabets. Put it together. Mine's a car puzzle. Mine's music notes. What a hard puzzle.
It's easy. 3 different puzzles, one in each specially marked box of post-alphabet cereal. Ready for a good breakfast featuring post-alphabet cereal? Yeah!
I think he even had a little black kid on the cereal box, too.
Nowadays, like white liberals, you ever see them when they post like a picture of like a black kid and a white kid playing together? They be like, oh man, look how far we've come and shit. Like, fuck up, man. The fuck up.
Show them these commercials and say, look how far we've fallen.
Hey.
Feature impulse alphabet cereal? Yeah.
Nah, but if you show a liberal this, they probably still say some stupid shit like,
Yeah,
well, he's getting probably get bullied by those two white boys. Him being the
yeah.
only black person there by himself.
They'll find some big word. They'll probably create like it's just gentrifical follicles, societal sublimation or some shit. And niggas will be like, yeah, man, gentrifical sublimation, man.
Facts.
Have a good breakfast with post alphabets.
A-B-C-D-E-F-G. Alphabet's my alphabet's are tasty.
See, you had a little black kid on them cereal
Alphabet's
bars.
my alphabet's are tasty. Q-R-S-T-U-B. Alphabet's my alphabet's are tasty. W-X-Y-N-B. Alphabet's my alphabet's are tasty.
Wow, man. I want to get to this Somali ad right quick. This shit. My man, shout out to Murray Massa, man. Murray Massa's in the building, man. Make sure y'all support this channel, man. You don't get these flashbacks nowhere else, man. You don't get to go down memory lane, man. And it's better watching it with people that you're from your age group, man. It's a much better experience than watching the video alone, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Sponsor the show, man. Put 100 on it, put 50 on it, put 20 on it. Take the $5 challenge. Do something, man. This is Somali's allegedly been doing this for a long time. This is 2013. And and Burr Bossa sent this to me. So he said, man, he basically saying the white liberals saying that this isn't really happening now. This was literally happening in 2013.
It started with an anonymous tip to the Fox 9 investigators, and it led us to a story that took 3 months of digging to uncover.
Tonight, Jeff Valiant exposes a business that some of its own employees say is misusing millions of taxpayer dollars.
They made their move before the crack of dawn, targeting child care centers in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Apple Valley, seizing computers and box loads of documents as part of a massive fraud investigation. The raid included agents from the FBI, State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, and the Ramsey County Attorney's Squad units. It went down, coincidentally, as the Fox 9 investigators were in the middle of our own probe of the same business.
It's not difficult to see a pattern of what's going on here.
What is going on?
It's terrible how it's misused.
We spent 3 months digging through records, doing surveillance, talking with insiders.
It's big. It's bigger than I think the state realizes.
To expose a scheme that's costing tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars a week.
It's a lot of work, and you have to make sure that, everything's following the rules.
Yasmin Ali is the owner of Deco Family Centers. This is her.
Yes, yo, this is 2013. Wow. Billions? These motherfuckers probably stole trillions of dollars, man.
Yeah, this has probably been going on before this too.
Jeez.
Family Centers. This is her giving a tour to an undercover Fox 9 producer.
A lot of people that we work with that are low-income families.
Ali tells our producer that many of her customers are on assistance. They qualify to have the government pay for their kids' child care. They can get that help if they're working, training for a job, or hunting for one.
I think it's doing a disservice to the people that truly do need childcare assistance.
We interviewed 4 Deco employees who have intimate knowledge of the operation. They've also shared information with government fraud investigators. 2 agreed to talk on camera as long as we disguised them.
So they were misrepresenting a lot of what was going on there.
Exactly.
According to our sources, Deco was actively recruiting women who qualify for child care assistance and offering them jobs at the centers, some to watch their own kids. A fact these moms confirmed to us.
Hello. Do you work here?
Yeah.
You do? How many children do you have? 2? And the children come here as well?
Yeah.
Who pays for their child care?
For the child care money,
Yes,
the county.
the county.
Deco then bills the county for child care while the moms are supposedly working.
Were these legitimate jobs or not?
No, there were too many that were being hired. We didn't even need that many.
Our informants tell us that only a small percentage of the moms did anything.
2%. 2%.
Did some kind of work.
Did some kind of work.
Yo, 2%. See, white liberals will be like, well, see, you said nobody was working. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, nobody's working at all.
This is crazy. This is 2013.
Sometimes they would come in, sign their children in, sign themselves in, and go grocery shopping.
Our sources say the more children a woman had to enroll in childcare, the more she'd make per hour, even though she had the same job title as all the other moms.
The reason for that is because then they had more assistance for each of the families.
On numerous occasions, we saw lots of women coming to the centers, each with 4, 5, or more kids in tow.
Her value was in how many children she had.
According to government records, DECO's Minneapolis and St. Paul centers were each eligible to receive nearly $50,000 in child care assistance funds every 2 weeks. Do the math. That's over $2 million a year.
They're making a ton of money.
According to our insiders, timesheets were submitted to the county, which inflated the hours the moms actually spent in the centers, allowing DECO to bill the government for maximum child care time.
So they'd fix the time schedule.
Correct.
A lot of women they did this for?
Yes.
State inspection reports obtained by the Fox 9 investigators show DECO has previously been cited for a number of logistical problems, including a lack of keeping accurate records of when staff worked. They were also fined for failing to do background checks on employees in order to provide documented proof that staff members received mandated safety training.
While employed there, I saw falsifying documentation.
So the record showed they'd received this training, but in fact they had not.
Correct.
I stopped by DECO's Apple Valley office to speak with owner Yasmin Ali. She wouldn't go on camera, but I did record our conversation.
We're told that you were falsifying records to get child care money.
That's not true, but as I say, I'm not going to have any comments right now.
In addition to all the funds for child care, DECO was also getting public money for kids' meals. The Minneapolis Center got nearly $90,000 for food in its first year of operation. This place did the catering. It's owned by Yasmin Ali's brothers.
We obtained a copy of the catering contract signed by Adarus Ali. We've seen his signature before on federal court documents. In 2009, Ali pled guilty to perjury. The Justice Department says he lied to a federal grand jury, testified he knew nothing about Somali men from Minnesota being recruited by a terrorist group to fight in their homeland, when in fact, he sat in on a discussion and even drove some of the men to Twin Cities International for their flight to Somalia. Ali did not respond to numerous requests by the Fox 9 investigators for an interview. Recently, the state rejected a plan by DECO to use even more public funds to have Ali's restaurant do catering for additional child care centers. Regulators said the proposal was double the normal cost and full of inaccuracies and incomplete documents.
Item 29 is that one.
This one here?
Yep.
Okay.
Fraud investigators are now sorting through thousands of records and computer files taken during the raid of DECO's offices. So far, no charges have been filed.
Here she is.
We tried again to ask owner Yasmin Ali about the criminal investigation and what we were told by some of her own employees.
Could I ask you a few questions, please?
I'm not talking to anybody. If I was you, I would just get out of here. You're not allowed to be here.
I'm Fox 9 investigator Jeff Ballion.
The criminal investigation of DECO child care centers is being spearheaded by the Ramsey County Attorney's Office. Because it is an ongoing investigation, they would not discuss the case or comment on the findings.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. They been doing this shit. They just got to the point where they probably like became like it's like part of their culture now. Like it's probably like a lick. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
No, I
now
think
I
it's
it's
mean,
past the lick. I think it's past the lick now at this point. I think it's like you said, it's part of the culture. Like it's just ingrained into like the culture of them just getting the money, how they getting it, and how they maneuvering and flipping. It's like the government knows. Like, come on, man, the government knows this shit's going on because
yeah.
they getting piece of they getting piece of that shit. But at the end of the day, this is crazy, man. This is
I
fucking
mean,
absolute
I mean,
nuts.
I just want to say this. It's always been part of their culture. These people come from low trust societies. They come from areas where like they don't have as much, so they have like a scarcity mentality where they have to like, try to get one over on another group. They're very tribal in nature, very clannish. Like the reason why Omar Fatah, I think that Somali guy didn't win the mayor of
Yeah.
Minneapolis was because he was from a different clan. So like it's in their nature to do that. And when they come across people who have high trust and like low in group preference, they're going to take advantage.
And
It,
gliders
it,
are
it-
number one in all of that. Like, especially American Western gliders, they have no in group preference, man.
I mean,
And
it's not so much their culture; it's in their biology, it's in their DNA.
yeah, publicly, like even though whites will self segregate, they'll move in each other's neighborhood, they'll send the kids to private school, they'll join different clubs and stuff that only gliders do. Publicly, they have no in group preference.
They
Pub-
do, but like they just aren't allowed to. It's taboo for them to express it. Like, well, half of them they had it, but they can't speak on it. The other half they'll just outright
Well,
hate
hold
themselves.
on. It's codified though, like diversity quotas. They've who passed those diversity laws? It wasn't the minorities; it was the white people. The white people did all that D and DEI and affirmative action. White people made that.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they were pressured. Don't get me wrong, but they still ultimately are the ones that passed all those laws. So like it's codified. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even just like they put it in the law that you can't even not like a black person. If you don't like a particular black person, that's racism. And you can't even be like, yo, I just don't like the cut of that guy's jib. If a black person like just randomly sucker punches you, you can't really get on TV and be like, fucking dang, I hate him for doing that. He knocked my teeth out. You gotta still be careful about what you
Yeah.
say about him. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that one
You gotta
video you
choose the
showed
word.
of
You gotta
that
choose your words right. Who you talk like? You know what I mean?
Seven from the hood. Let me say this right now. You remember that one video you showed of that white girl? She got pummeled by that black girl. She's like, "Nigger, I'll fucking bring my gun to school and shoot you." Like and then what happened was she got charged with a federal hate crime. I think it was in Maryland. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah. That right there, man.
Like a hate crime. But like some people could do whatever the fuck they want and they get off scot free for the most part. I mean, you saw what happened with that son word who killed that little boy and all that other shit and how he got off and then he was arrested again in Florida after just serving 6 years.
I don't
You
remember
know,
that one, but yeah. I've seen it 1,000 times, man. But like it's like you can't
yeah.
even you can't dislike a black person if you're a white person. You can't even really like dislike a black athlete on TV. You can't dislike a like if it's a black quarterback. If you on one of them shows like them sports shows and the black quarterback throw 10 interceptions, you gotta act like it was the offensive line and the coach and everybody
You
else
gotta choose
fault.
your words wisely, man.
Yeah,
They call you to the office the next morning. Like, what the fuck going
mm,
on, man?
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Great show, man. Great show, guys, man. Any final thoughts?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. Salute, man. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here. Subscribe.
Peace.
Salute.
Peace, chat.
Peace.